Hi there everyone, welcome here. We're here with a pick a card reading. I wanted to jump into this new sort of spread, and it's going to be focusing on the sort of divine energies here of your divine counterpart. Some may call it divine feminine, divine masculine, twin flame, however it is for you. I want to sort of bring forth some insights in relation to what this connection might be sort of inspiring you, maybe even spiritually, to sort of change in your life, to be able to invite this energy more so in. So let's see what maybe shadow work as well might be a focus when it comes to sort of finding peace and calibration within this connection that maybe you have even in terms of your ideology. In other words, what is it that I really want, and what is maybe holding me back from really stepping into that kind of connection? So let's clear the energy and ground, and we'll start to shuffle here. We'll have 7 stacks, and let's take a look here at, pull a card as well for indicators of who might be, the divine counterpart, and if the stack that you choose isn't describing somebody who you already presently know, and I'll try to give as many clues as to that as possible to help you further illuminate, to identify for certain almost what is what, and these are messages from your spirit guides, of course. Then it may not be that that's the energy there that you're currently concentrating on. So let's take a look here and see what spirit is sort of wanting to engage with you on as a concept when it comes to matters of high vibrational love connections. Thank you guys again for tuning in, for your support here at the channel. Let's give us more shuffle here. If it helps you, choosing a stack, we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse in the first stack. In the second, we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. And the third is the Queen of Swords upright. In the next, 4th stack, we have the Knight of Pentacles upright. In the 5th, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. In the 6th stack, we have the 4 of Cups upright. And in the 7th is the Death card upright. Okay, so feel free to meditate and see what you feel guided towards. As a stack, again, 7 stacks here, and let's get on with it now. Thank you guys again for your support here on the channel, for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. Okay, what are we looking at? Stack 1. First of all, welcome. Welcome to the stack. 7 of Pentacles in reverse is the energy coming through. Let's clear it. What is the message here from Spirit, your spirit guides, when it comes to you being able to really connect to your divine counterpart? Divine feminine, divine masculine. Let's clear the energy and ground, or divine in just period. What is that divine sort of conversation as well you want to have, and what is sort of going on right now that, might be sort of pulling your attention in directions that may not ultimately be helpful to you when it does come to you finding that connection that is sacred to what you love. Seven of Pentacles. Let me meditate on this here. Okay. What I want to first do is pull some cards here on the divine energy that you, on some level possibly, are, who is the divine counterpart energy. And again, if this is not describing someone who you presently are dealing with, then it may be that the connection that you're in right now, that might be an indicator that, it is a blockage connection. And not that it is a negative connection, but that it's just not reflecting the ideals here. Okay, so clues as to your divine counterpart. The Hierophant upright can speak of Taurus energy. The Five of Wands upright. The Two of Swords. For some of you, your divine counterpart can be abroad, or something international here. They could have a lot of Taurus in their chart. They could be quite religious. They might be in academia. For some, they can be a speaker, like a communicator. They may be something about communication, public speaking even. There's a focus on the number 2 and the number 5. And we see another focus on 2, given that the Hierophant is the ruler of the second house, Venus. So we see a very strong focus on symmetry, balance. For some of you, they might actually be a painter. Again, I'm hearing a writer. There's something that they're particularly good with, they're careful at. And for some, maybe it's even, again, communication in general. Their words, I'm hearing that as well. Something about their ability to express is something really, maybe they have a very strong just talent when it comes to language. For some of you, they work in a field where they are to provide sort of a mediator sort of ship ability, like almost in a way, kind of like even maybe they are a lawyer. It can be with the Hierophant and the Five of Wands. Like they, in any case, are, I think, seen as a paternal figure in some way. They might give advice. They may extend, advice here. Let's get a few more clues. For some of you, they could actually even be an athlete. Of course, this is, a general video, and the list is not exhaustive here by any means, but there is the number 8 coming through as well. They're very, very, very intelligent. Their mind is on a whole nother plane. This is for some. They're really, like, very, very, very enlightened. I hear that as well. I do want to pull one more card on top of the Hierophant. Clear it. People really, I feel, they admire their ability to bring justice forth. So some of you might actually be dating, will be dating, or this is the divine energy that you're calling in. This is somebody who's in the legal profession. They may work in some kind of company or business. For some of you, it is something religious or spiritual. For some, they are a philanthropist, or they work in like a government space. It can be with the Fool. With young children or youth. Something about lots of people. Maybe communities even with the Fool, knighting the Five of Wands. That's clear. Something about resources. I'm also hearing branding. So they may have their own business. They could be a promoter even. But with the Five of Wands knighting the Fool, without getting a little astray here, with the message. There is possibly a focus on working with a community and enacting some sort of order. Now, okay, so if that is somebody that you're with right now, okay, then this message is, what does Spirit want you to sort of maybe work towards here to be able to best sort of find balance in that connection? If this is not somebody who you are with, okay, then what are the energies that are holding you from that space? And I do want to sort of deviate the reading and pull one in either direction of, if you are aware of this person, some advice, and if you are not, some advice. So, okay, let's do that. If you are not aware of this person, if you are, okay. What is what? Let's take a look. We have the Tower coming through. If you don't yet know this person, I think that they're going to be somebody who changes your world in a really, really big way. Like, this is going to be a connection that is just so different from anything you've experienced ever. Like, yeah, it's going to blow your mind, I feel. Like, there are going to be aspects of this connection, or even just like the way that you met this person, it just kind of gives you like a different perspective of life in general. It's really inspiring, maybe a little freaky. Maybe when you meet this person, it's like, oh my gosh, I never thought that I would meet somebody like this. Yeah. For some, it's their religious experiences that maybe are going to be like, whoa, what? Like, that happened to you? Like, that's crazy. Like I can't believe that. Yeah, it's something about even their experience, their history, their stories. It's just really actually quite amazing to you. Like, I feel like you're really inspired, but you're also a little bit, you're shaken. I feel like you feel as if the universe is, you're asking the universe, like, whoa, what have you just brought into my life? Like, you feel that it's significant when you do meet this person. When you do, that's the feeling. For some, there is an indication here possibly as well that there is maybe a connection that you're currently in that is not fully in resonance with this storyline, and Spirit might be saying, hey, or at least this vibration, and Spirit is saying, hey, maybe it's time to sort of take that conversation out of the picture a little bit, because it's not really serving you. And I know that might be a little bit of a weird message, like Spirit coming in saying, hey, like, your current relationship might not be fully in alignment with where you're headed to when it comes to finding ultimate balance and soul satisfaction with the divine feminine, divine masculine energies of your ultimate soul counterpart, which is where we will feel just in a state of bliss, right? Ultimately, yeah, and I'm sort of focusing on like the connection that holds the least amount of sensible karma, okay, that is more in a space of we're creating rather than we're working on what has already been, maybe in prior lifetimes. Like, that's where you will really find that satisfaction. I'm seeing that as, yeah, here in this reading, at least with this perspective. Of course, it's all, how you take it, but there is something here. For some of you, this can also speak of the fact that there is going to be an incredible amount of dedication in the connection that you're calling in. Loyalty, dedication, oh my goodness, a very high level of faith. I see that as well. Like, this person, you're going to just kind of have this feeling where you can just you trust them. Yeah, with the Hangman at the base of the Hierophant, it's almost like you look at their life, though, you look at their work, and that gives you the sense of faith and trust. It's not so much, oh, it's this person, and what they're doing with me in the connection. It's more, I look at this person in their life, and I have a sense of absolute admiration for them. And that's more, I feel, where this extension of trust comes from, because you have respect for this person, period, just like in their life in general. And I think that that's going to be the foundation, okay, for the connection that you have with them in your connection personally, put your partnership with them. So it's kind of like you're first looking at this person in their life, and then from that you're like, wow, okay, I'm drawn to them. I'm drawn to our relationship. I hear it like this more because of what I see that they carry out in their private life. For some of you, you will have an absolute level of respect for the person that you're with. And I think that's going to be something really, really profound, key, important. Let's clear the energy around. What else here? Some of you, this person might be a high-ranking official. I'm hearing that. This is just coming through. I'm going to say it. Yeah, with the Tower. They may actually also be quite tall. This is something to look out for, okay? There could be something about height with the Tower. They, though, have a position here in maybe even a particular company. Okay, we're getting kind of giggly. I don't know. Maybe even for some of you, I'm getting a vision here. I'm going to say it. They may be a boss somewhere, maybe in like a company. And I see someone like in a penthouse suite. I'm going to be seeing it, and I see you kind of, you may work in this company. I feel like this person might sort of take note of you, they observe you, and they're really like, they're drawn to you. I feel like there's a moment where maybe they confess that, maybe it's been years and they haven't communicated that. I feel like once they do, there's going to be this moment here where you're like, what? Like me? And it can be matters of career, but again, whatever you're watching this reading for, if you're already in a connection, okay, obviously that's going to be the left-hand stack and we'll get to that. But if you haven't met this person, this might be a clue as to what to look out for. With the Tower upright, there's something about their actual physical body. It's about their appearance. They might have quite an intimidating energy about them, a very sort of striking aura, even with the Tower upright. Some of you here, yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might actually already know of this person before you get into a connection with them that's official. Yeah, like some of you may actually hear of this person even on the news. Like this is someone who's, again, I'm hearing it like this. They may have been watching you. They're very, very attracted to you. I see that that's something that is mutual, and I actually do want to pull on your energy as well, because we see that end of the spectrum, but I also want to see your story and what you bring to the conversation here. Let's pull on that now. Okay, some of you may actually be a therapist. This is just coming right out. Some of you might be a healer, a therapist, maybe even a counselor. You might be a medium even. I'm seeing up the Six of Cups. There's something here. You might be a teacher even, or for some of you, a secretary, a doctor, a nurse. I see that with the Six of Cups. For some of you, yes. I'm even seeing like if you're a teacher, and this message is coming through. For example, you might be dating like the director of maybe the program that you're in, something like this. Let's pull further on your energy. The Five of Cups. This is something related to language, foreign language. I see that again coming through for some. The Queen of Cups. Oh, this is definitely very strong divine feminine energy. You are very receptive to this person. I feel that they know that. Maybe they've observed you and they almost like, maybe they had come to you a few times in their life for certain things. It's clear. And I feel like you really, really, really played a profound role in their life, and they saw that, and that was the key for them. That was the point for them where they said, whoa, this person really gave me a part of me back to me. And that was a very telling moment for them. They will never forget that, with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. Some of you, maybe you met them when they were in a bit of like even a disturbed mentality space a little bit with something. And they saw how you were there for them, how you changed their whole vibe. Like, it was, yeah. And with the Five of Cups in between the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups, there's something that you really hit the head on with. Hit the head on with? I don't know. Okay. You hit something on the head with them. Okay. Yeah, I see somebody. Oh my God. The King of Cups. Yes. Okay, you will know exactly the moment you meet this person. Yeah, there will be no question. This is for some of you. I feel like some of you, yeah, you may have already met them. But I feel like there was a healing experience here. But it didn't quite... It may not have manifested fully. This is for some. But I feel like the moment you met them, like regardless of what it becomes or however, it's like you know that this was a significant connection. That's just what I'm getting with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. The Six of Cups and the Five of Cups, yeah. Now, okay, look, what I'm looking at is, obviously we have this court card pair, and this is a very strong connection. I'm feeling like buzzing here. The Five of Cups, I'm looking at this radiating energy that sort of emanates out from the central figure on the Five of Cups card, right? This guy who looks he looks like he's in a sulk. There is something that took place here when you first met this person. It's not about your awareness of them, like as an ideology, as a concept. It's the experience. Yes, it is the impact. For some of you, there was a moment that you had with this person that brought you both into a moment together. And this has come through in a number of readings in the past that I've done, where I saw two people almost creating a third energy. And there was something between them, and I'm seeing that right here with the Five of Cups. Maybe you both actually touched upon a certain energy space that was mutual, that was maybe very challenging, actually. Like, extremely challenging, actually. Something that was, though, yeah, it was a so-called basic issue, or a very unexpected, moment and experience. However, it really was necessary to show you both what exactly it is that you have to give to one another. I feel like for some of you, the universe kind of brought you in the same space at the same time in such a way where you had a complementary sort of energy exchange moment. I'm not sure what that's like for everybody, but it's this feeling of let's clear it. There's a moment of silence even. There's something that I'm seeing, it's unintentional though. Like, there's something that you give someone and then they give back to you, but in their own way, and then that creates a conversation that is a new ripple, creating a new wave in another lifetime even. Some of you, possibly, you immediately felt the soulmate connection here. You immediately felt the past life energy, even for some, I'll say that as well. For some of you, let's clear it, you felt something actually happening physically. Yes, with the heart space especially as well, with the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. For some of you, it's raining on the day that you meet them, or there's something about rain, maybe wind, something blowing in the air. I see that with the Tower. For some of you, this person loves puzzles, they love chess, they love playing board games, backgammon even, I see that. Maybe they have something for checkered outfits, checkered suits and ties, I'm seeing that. Something about patterns, maybe they like to collect some kind of something particular related even to their fashion. Maybe it's clear, yeah. They love you, this person, yeah. And they're very much with you, I see that. Ever since you met this person, and for some reason I'm seeing that with the Tower, or ever since the point that you met this person, I feel like it's emotional. It's like you're not able to get each other out of your energy spaces, if that makes sense. It's like something that you can't let go of almost, and maybe it's something very subtle. Maybe it was just a very subtle experience, but it kind of like stuck with you, you know? It stuck with you, yeah. You may not even realize what it was in terms of the impact that was had on this person. It could be the kind of thing where years down the line they end up kind of coming through saying, hey, you literally had me at my darkest hour. And I believe because of you. Some of you, this person fell back into love with life in general, with maybe the concept of love when they met you. Now, for some of you, I feel like there's a period when you meet this person, okay, but then you have a moment where you kind of, let's clear the energy, let's clear it around, that you had a moment where you kind of, I see this like kind of energy. It's like a vibrational energy with the Five of Cups, where something kind of like, again, happened and then you separated. I see that, actually. Yeah, whatever this was, it wasn't obvious. It wasn't obvious, but it was clearly felt by this person. Now, when you separated, okay, I see that you're aware of each other, very aware. So if you're going to meet this person, just know that there's going to be a lot of watching one another, possibly. Okay, where, yeah, and but specifically in their line of work, like somebody could literally be like watching somebody as they work. This is for some, with the Tower and the Hierophant. Like, I feel like yeah. And again, this can speak of career, but you could read it even as like, what is, my divine career kind of vibe, so-called, or what is it that I'm, wanting, or the universe, spirit is wanting to encourage me to maybe consider in terms of career. But with the Tower upright, yet again, I feel like there's a lot of observation that takes place, like watching over somebody, even watching someone in their limelight. I hear that even position. Yeah, I feel like someone here will spend a lot of time like looking over at this other person. So, okay, now let's see what else. Let's clear it. Somebody is a famous artist or painter even. Excuse me. Wow, focus on the throat chakra. There's a focus on the number 17 and 23. It could be 2017, it could be 2023, it could be 17 years, 35 years, it could be 17 months. Let's clear the energy around. The difference between 23 and 17, we have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years. Maybe there's a focus on the number 6. Again, I'm getting very creative energies here. Someone is an artist. I see that again with the Queen of Cups. For some of you, maybe you like even possibly met in the same industry. Maybe you both are, for example, like lawyers, but then there is like a more creative sort of outlet space that you both partake in with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, where you really sort of had like profound overlap with even your interests or your hobbies. It's like, whoa, like I see even two people like meeting up at the cafeteria and they both go to the same like milkshake like stand, I don't know. It's like, you also, oh wow, like me too. I also, yeah, I love this kind of milkshake. It's like something like that. Yeah. It's very natural, whatever this is, with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Six of Cups. Very natural. I feel like this is where you're at your happiest, I'm gonna be honest, when you're with this person. There's not a lot of figuring out what's the slice of pizza you want. It's the more like intuitive. I just cut it. I knew that's what you wanted. I put it on your plate and you smiled at me and we shared it. It's something like that. Okay. Somebody here loves watches. I see that with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Now let's get back to it. For some of you, somebody, again, though, Spirit wants this out. There's a focus on music, healing, sound therapy, memory even. Yeah, somebody could be a medium with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. Maybe you were this person's medium, for example, or something like that again. Like maybe you gave them some sort of help at a time that was really needed. As again, they will never forget that. Yeah. Okay. If you have not already met this person, actually, if you are already with this person, okay, / if you're highly aware of them, okay, and like, we'll say if you're already talking to them, like, or very close to talking to them, okay, the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands are your advice. What does Spirit want this person to know? want to get a third card on this. Okay. There is a new way of interacting here with this person that requires of you and this person to be very brave. The feeling I get is that there's almost even like a new sort of industry. Yes, this is an industry. Let me meditate on this. For some of you, it has to do with real estate. For some of you, it has to do with something related to nature. I see a garden here. It's clear. For some of you, there's something that you want to, for some of you, for a small number of you, you are needing to move to be able to launch a new business with this person, but somewhere new. That's just what I'm hearing. Some of you, there's a next level that Spirit wants you to think of this relationship in terms of, like, if you're in a connection but you're not committed, I feel like Spirit wants you to really meditate on the theme of commitment, and I'm hearing codependence, the relationship between the concept of commitment to the concept of codependence. I'm hearing, what are the values that you hold with this person? What do you have in common with them? What are the things that you would like to accomplish with this person in the idealized form? So I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of like, well, what if it's like this, and what if it's like that, and that, and that. I think the point is, come down to one idealized vision. What is it? And really maybe even paint it, draw it out, imagine it, write about it, right? Like sort of storytell about it. Make it an it. Make an it. Really call it out and get very specific. Because with the Seven of Pentacles, there's something here that is a little bit distracted. And some of you may have energies here in the environment that are a little bit uncomfortable to address when it comes to the point of calling out the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this might be that somebody is, I'm going to be honest, maybe somebody still has past relationships, past connections. They have energy attachments to conversations even, okay, of the past. And that's going to have to come to a point of absolute purification in a way, where we say, I'm going to prioritize one thing in my life and say that that's the thing that I want. Quality over quantity, if that does make sense. Yeah, that's clear. Some of you here, the shadow may be fear, ultimately, right? Why would we hold on to the Seven of Pentacles unless we feel that the Ace is not enough? Why would we feel we need 6 more Pentacles? Right? I think that comes down to not what is Pentacle A plus Pentacle B tally up to in terms of value, but more what is the sheer worth of the Pentacle in and of itself to me? What value do I give to the concept of the Pentacle? Let's clear it. I know this might seem a bit abstract, but for some, I think there's a question of, what do I really want to manifest here with this person? I want to pull a Celtic Cross here for you and get any further insights. Let's clear the imaging around. If this is resonating so far, thank you guys so much for hitting the like button if you find that it is resonating. I would appreciate that, and it tells me that you guys are resonating, and it also is really cool to see the likes as a content creator. But of course, no pressure, whatever is meant to be. but know that it does help the videos also gain further traction. So if this stack is resonating with you, feel free to hit the like. The Hangman in the deep past. Some of you, for certain, you've either had a dream of this person already, you have a vision of them, clear as day. Something about a hotel here with this person. Some of you, you have met this person. Okay, when you met this person, I feel, or when you meet them, it's going, in 3D I'm saying, it's going to kind of not get off the ground immediately. We have the Two of Pentacles coming through in the recent past, preceding that Hangman. Okay. Somebody, for some of you, may be married, or there is a focus, somebody's very career driven here. It's like almost like they're very focused, very serious. They're not thinking about a relationship, I feel. For a bit of time. We have the Queen of Cups coming through upright in the energetic pathway, and the advice is the Five of Cups upright. There is purging here required in relation to this connection that will be required to be moved through. For some of you, somebody may, I'm going to be honest, they might be in a relationship when you meet them, or they might be married. The initial interaction may have been really profound on an energetic spiritual plane first. Maybe they were like, well, I don't know if I see this person as like my divine partner. Maybe there were just too many factors, you know? It's like almost like a chaos. You know, it's almost like when you're eating too many things at one time, it's like you remember which one tasted good, but there are too many things coming in and out around that space to really identify. That's clear. It's challenging. Okay. To identify. Now, this is going to take time. I feel like Spirit is going to require of you both to recognize the connection for what it is fully before it allows circumstantially the connection to be brought in, if that makes sense. This is the message I'm getting. Yeah, this is a really divine connection, and it's not going to just kind of happen because you happen to be at the same place at the same time, and, you know. And because you want it as well, you know, maybe it's that you have a very deep, intense, passionate longing for this person, but there is an impossibility here when it comes to manifesting this. That's how it may feel if you're not fully in alignment with what it is and what it means to you. In other words, if you're like, wow, you meet this person and there's something very attractive about them, if you're not quite calling it out as something very particular, then Spirit, I feel, will sort of not even allow it to come back together as that, in the sense of saying, and when we say Spirit, this is you, your higher self. And there was a reason for that. Okay, this is a divine connection. So you have to be quite careful with it. I'm seeing ears here, take it as well. You have to be quite careful with it. I feel this will be suspended until you know what it is that you are making come full circle with this person. And I think that it comes back to your initial encounter with them, which is the healing experience that you both had with the Five of Cups. This might have been something that was even triggered or stimulated in them, something that was really hard. Maybe you even reflected something, you brought something up, you brought something back. Maybe feelings of so-called shame or so-called guilt, something that this person was trying to repress. Maybe you sort of brought this up and out of them, and it really, really challenged their ability to see themselves. And they may have actually,
it's 1 o'clock,
subconsciously turned from the experience to sort of not think of it. Let's clear it. I do feel that they associated this experience, maybe, you know, they even know this experience is very challenging. It's going to challenge my whole paradigm. So I'm going to have to be ready to have this experience. This is what I'm getting as well. Whether or not that's conscious or subconscious, take it as you will. The Emperor is upright in the near future. I feel that there was maybe experiences that you need to have individually, independently, to be able to not just say, yeah, I believe in this connection or I want this, but to be able to really show up with that and not just say it. In other words, it's like, I feel that the connection is going to come together not only by way of what you are able to realize and then write a message about and then confess and then call out, but what you actually embody physically and what you extend and what you're brave with physically to show up with. So I feel that this relationship is not going to get off the ground if it needs to be held in a state of secrecy. I feel spirit will not allow this to come through unless it can be completely brought out in the open, if that makes sense. And in every way. Not just, hey, psst, I'm in love with you, and no. It has to be something where you are completely breaking down the paradigm that challenges the love that you connect to when you're with this person. Like, it has to flip, right? So it needs to invert. Rather than being like, we're fighting around these other factors, it should be that, the energies that are fighting what we share together, our bond, are going to be needing to fall to the wayside. That's when we know that we are coming together. But the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, yes. This has to be a comment made on behalf of the action, if anything. And so for some of you, even if somebody wants to communicate and wants to kind of like have this connection on some plane, I feel Spirit's going to make it absolutely impossible for that to happen. Spirit will literally do the craziest things to block the connection, if that makes sense. If it is going to, in any shape or form, thrive in a space that is unattainable physically. So, in other words, maybe if you're both in a space where you're like thinking or imagining or envisioning, but you're not ready to really actually show up physically to be prepared to hold the relationship in a prideful way, even physically, publicly, professionally, Spirit will not allow it to come forward. I hear it again like that. Like, maybe, I'm going to give you an example. It's like star-crossed lovers energy, okay? Maybe you're like, I really like miss so-and-so, I want to write them a letter, like I want to get back to them. Spirit will have that message somehow completely just like in a different inbox, different person, and you will not realize it for years. Like, I put an A instead of an E, what? It's something like this. Like, your message may not even get delivered to them, because the vibration here, Spirit is aware of where you are willing to show up in the relationship and not just say, hey, yeah, I'm ready for this and I want that, if that makes sense. I know that's a little bit like, but this is what it is, because it's energy. So I feel like there is this sort of all-knowingness, and obviously this is you, the higher self. Your higher self is holding the connection from you both until you're really in that space to be brave, to stand proudly for what it is that you would like to experience with this person. So interesting. For some of you, I'm hearing same sex. Take it as you will. Got a honk out there. For some of you, there's a question of religion. Yeah. This is, yeah, it's not halfway. This is just what I'm getting as a message. Okay, so let's see what else. What are some shadow energies here that we can focus on when it comes to manifesting this connection? What does Spirit want the viewer to be aware of? Spirit wants you to look at the moon, maybe your moon sign, look at your moon lunar energies, maybe look at the feminine energy, the concept of women, feminine, fourth house, I see Cancer, water energy, receptive. Look at the past, possibly past lives as well. And there could be a focus on healing as it relates to the archetype of Cancer. Then we have the sextile. And so for some of you, there's a question of maybe healing relationships when it comes to matters of the feminine energy. So, okay, thank you so much for tuning in, Stack One. We're going to get into stack 2 now. Let's see anything else though, any other messages here. Let's get a few more cards here for timing. We're still in stack 1 here. When it comes to reconnecting with this person, there can be a focus on, or numbers that you might see when it comes to you maybe reuniting or connecting with this person. It could be years, months, hours, minutes, dates, seconds, streets, even. Take it as you will. These are repeating numbers that you might see. The number 4, we have the 4 of Wands, 4. Also for some of you, 22 or 1111, I'm seeing that as well. 7 of Cups. And these might be clues as to what Spirit wants you to maybe look out for. Like, you know, if you haven't met this person yet, you might be seeing these numbers here before you meet them. For example, let's clear 7 of Cups, number 7. Also possibly 3 and 4. There could be a focus on 3 to 4 even, 3 to 4. 3 leading to 4, take it as you will. The Knight of Swords, interesting. I'm seeing the number 11 again here. Yeah, very strong focus on the number 1, 4, 7, 3, and 4. So thank you for tuning in, you guys. We're gonna get into the next stack. And let's see here. I'm a little bit conflicted. I'm not sure if I should do a longer term spread here. Okay, I'm going to do a 12-year spread here. I know, it sounds really, really kind of expansive, but I want to pull a card. If we have Justice, leading in, leading out in any of those 6 years, the last 6 years, the following 6 years, this will be an indicator as to if you've already met them or when you will meet them. Let's clear it. Justice, if we have Justice popping through in the last 6 years or the following 6 years, then this will indicate, okay, that you've either already met them or that you will meet them. And this is a general video. It's not conclusive. Let's get into it. This is a timeless reading, by the way. Let's clear it. Present, you are the Magician, so you could be manifesting this person as we speak. You're probably having visions about this person. You're probably, when you get to this reading, you're probably in a state where you're really kind of like at that point where you're about to really manifest them, or right before you manifest them, that you're really sort of focused on and thinking, you know those moments, those experiences, even maybe you just had a breakup or something. It's like, okay, this really doesn't resonate with me. I'm looking for what does. That's that energy right there. I'm hearing, I'm filing for divorce. This is the 9 of Swords. They may need to, take it as you will, it's a general video, but there is maybe something that somebody may be in a breakup after they meet you even. We have the 5 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, for some of you here, I'm going to kind of say it like this. You do have the Tower, and this is the card of our identifier energy. So what this tells me is that you did meet this person already. For some of you, you've definitely already met this person. Yes, and it might have been 2 to 3 years ago, this is for some, or there could be a focus on the Tower energy. So something with Scorpio can be as well. For some of you, you may find that you reconnect with this person. Some of you, if that is the case, you had a very strong recent interaction with this person, possibly about a year ago. I see that with the Strength card, or in the very recent past. Some of you, you have known this person for the last 6 years. I'm getting that as well. I'm seeing quite favorable energies. Nothing super committed. For some, yeah, you may have known this person, but you didn't quite realize who they were going to be to you until after. Let's clear, or something like that. That's not for everyone. But the Strength card here, recently you had a very particular experience with them that was a reminder of the first initial interaction you had with them. Okay, now for some, though, we're looking in the future. You have, I don't see anything coming up in the next year. Somebody may communicate something well, we're reading in 2021 right now, 2023. Somebody may communicate something here to you that kind of makes it clear to you that they're looking more in your direction. They may kind of communicate that they're single, for example, or in 2 years from when you're watching this reading. These are approximates, for example. But yeah, it can be like around 2 years, you know, or relatively soon after you watch this video. Let's clear it, but in terms of years, because again, we said years, 6 years. Someone will reconnect here in about 5 years. This is for some of you. This is what I'm getting. And you'll find culmination possibly with something here in about 6 years max. So this is a journal video though, and yeah, but there is possibly some sort of something here in about 5 years. I want to get one clarifier on that. Yes, the King of Pentacles upright. There might even be a culmination with matters of career, work. I have to pull a card here on the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles on the Lovers. King of Wands on the Strength card. Some of you, yeah, you recently maybe had like an encounter with this person or a physical experience, but it didn't really culminate. In terms of commitment or getting more open with where the connection is going, leading to, that may come in about 5 to 6 years. Getting more vulnerable, yeah. Somebody may, I mean, even, yeah, they may even confess something with the King of Pentacles and even the Magician with the Six of Cups. I feel like, yet again, like right now you're having a vision of whatever that is. Yeah, this individual is, they're going to be possibly more expressive and emotive with their expectations in the connection again in a few years. So let's get into the next stack here. Again, about 5 or 6 years. If something is also holding them back, they may come out and sort of communicate more about that to you in about, again, 5 to 6 years. Second stack, 3 swords in reverse. Let's clear the energy around. Can you guys give me a quick second here? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's clear the energy and ground. And of course, this is a general video. Always take it as you will, please. The 3 of Swords in reverse. Your divine counterpart. What is what? Let's pull some cards further on that. Wow. Okay. What can I say? Some of you feel like you lost the person that you really wanted to be with. Like, you know exactly who it is. You have a very clear vision idea. You are dreaming of this person, having visions of them. I will even go so far as to say obsessed with them. You have a lot that weighs on your shoulders when it comes to how you see yourself holding a vibrationally resonant connection with this person where you can say, I really feel like we're on the same page. I feel like you feel like there's something so impossible here. Like, this is for some of you. I want to get cards on your divine counterpart energy. The High Priestess and the Hangman, though, right off the bat may suggest that either your synastry has a very strong Pisces energy essence to it. Both of these cards are associated with Pisces. Or 12th house energies, maybe even a very strong Neptune. A lot of, let's clear it. Even for some of you, they might be a Pisces, Sun sign, Moon sign, Venus, Mars, Midhaven even. Let's get cards on your divine counterpart. Let's clear it. This person is very playful. They're maybe kind of young. They're a very skilled communicator. They might have a lot of Gemini in their chart. They may be an Aries. I see that as well. They have quite a bit of Aries in their chart. Something about maybe they talk very fast, or they're very intense with their words at times. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, they're a communicator. They're creative. This is reminding me of the first stack. They're a very creative communicator. Maybe they're even an illustrator. They're maybe a poet. They're interested in something that maybe is even a bit taboo. Like, they may have interests here that are, like, their mind is very kind of, wow. Yeah. They are, I see a focus on matters of creativity and creative self-expression and even spirituality. Yes. Okay. Definitely a focus on the creative mind here. Very strong. Knight of Swords. They're very witty, very flirty at times as well. At times you feel like you don't know if this person's being serious or if they're like joking or what's what. The Page of Swords. Oh my dear Lord. We have the Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. I never say that. It could be something that maybe they say. Knight of Swords. Maybe they have a very like upbeat energy here. I'm seeing lights. They could have a lot of air in their chart. I feel like you have to slow this person down. Yeah. They get kind of competitive at times. Like, they have a lot of interests, and at times you get a little bit self-conscious around this person. Maybe they are very smart, intelligent, and you're like kind of overwhelmed at times, or yeah. I'd like to pull on your energy as the viewer. Some of you feel very intimidated by this person. You feel like sometimes you need to like not say everything that's on your chest because it may sort of, it's like you'd rather hold your cards to your chest. You're not sure if this person might appreciate. Yeah, I see someone's more shy or quiet. Like they're afraid that the conversation could get drawn out of proportion. This is for some. You do get really frustrated with this person because at times it's almost like you're looking on at them and you really are attracted to them, but then you don't know what your role is in this space. Like, am I supposed to like approach them when they say that or when they do this, or should I hold back? Yeah, there's a really strong tug of war here. Maybe some of you have a very hard time. I don't know if it's about reading this person, but it's about, and if you haven't met this person yet, this might be the dynamic. This might be somebody you're very attracted to, but there is this energy of you're not quite sure if it's like time yet. It's like I see like this fear of even interrupting somebody like in their moment kind of vibe. I don't know what that's about, but this person might be a teacher again or a speaker. I feel like there's a lot of like looking at this person, or they're doing a lot of the talking, or you're just like not sure. Maybe they even are very, they communicate a lot in general. Maybe you're more of a quiet type. Some of you though are very much freaked out though. Like you're like, can I trust this person even? Like if I were to say this to them, would they like kind of take my words? I don't think it's like an outright sense of distrust, but you know, they're afraid that maybe you would label them in a certain way, or that they don't. Maybe there's even a language barrier. It can be maybe when you first meet this person. So it's almost like I just want to avoid like misunderstandings kind of vibe. I feel like there's a lot of like holding back. person wants confirmation that you care about them. I feel that they test you. Yeah, they test you. They will tell you something, but they won't tell you the fullness of it. They want to see what you might say about it. They want to test your love. This is somebody here who has a very strong focus on Scorpio energy in the birth chart. They may have a lot of Scorpio in the birth chart, a lot of Pluto energy. Like, they don't call you, they want to see if you'll call them. It's like something of this nature. Looking at the guy on the Seven of Swords card. He's looking back at the woman on the Eight of Swords. Through the Four of Swords. This person is, maybe they play mind games every now and then. Yeah, they may absolutely play mind games. The moon coming through at the base of the Eight of Swords. They want to see if it really bothers you. It's like they want to test, you know. This is, I feel maybe even the type of person who, it's like they want to see your tears if they're real. Like, oh my God. They want to see if you're crying for them kind of vibe. This is maybe the shadow energy. Maybe this is your energy. Maybe you're testing this person. Maybe some of you feel like you cannot believe that this person would actually be interested in you or something of this nature. Some of you have a fear of commitment and you almost want confirmation of this person and you're not sure if you can let them in. It's like, I want to make sure this person's not going to hurt me if I let them in. Like, I want to make sure I can trust this person. So, okay. Some of you may play major mind games before you finally commit to somebody. This is just what I'm hearing, so. Okay, let's go further. Maybe also it's just that trust is very important to you. Let's clear it. You may refuse to get into a connection or relationship if you feel like you cannot trust this person. This is what I'm getting as a message as well. Now, let's see further. If you already know this person, and if you are not yet aware of them, if you have not already met them, what is the energy here that Spirit would like to bring to your attention to manifest? This person is going to want commitment. I feel like you may actually have this conversation the first time you meet this person. Like, they're going to want commitment, like, through and through, like 100%. Like, I feel like somebody here, you guys are really kind of reflecting one another strongly, actually. It's like, you know, on one hand, somebody maybe is like very, very much active in the throat chakra. Maybe they communicate quite a bit. Somebody else, maybe on the other hand, they have more like subverted ways of connecting, of testing truth. I feel somebody here wants to talk about truth. Somebody else wants to test truth. What was that? Very strange. What was that? Is that a message? Hold on. Let me just get that. Very strange. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like you have to like ask yourself, like, what in the world did that person mean by that thing that they said back there? For some of you, I feel like that may go both ways though, because yet again, we do have the Seven of Cups here, after all. In between the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords, so it's almost like maybe somebody here is a creative expressionist and somebody else is thinking, they want confirmation of what that means. Like, when they said that, does that mean that? Like, when they say this, does this mean this? Like, you know, let's clear it. This person may at times like act like they're leaving the connection, but they're not. This is what I'm hearing. Like it's like they want to look and see, like, they want to look back and be like, are they looking back? You know, it's something like this. I feel they observe you in a public way, like looking at them and reacting to them. This is just what I'm hearing with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Now let's see the energy here. If you have not already met this person, what does Spirit here want? Or if you have already met this person, what does Spirit want to bring to your attention? If you are even already with this person, what are some energies here that Spirit wants to bring to your attention? Okay, some of you have way too much competition with one another. This is just what I'm getting. It's like an antagonistic energy. I mean, how can we have a connection here? This is just like what I'm getting with the Eight of Wands coming through. Okay, it's like there's a lot that maybe you have even at risk as you feel it. And so because of that, it's like I don't really know where the vulnerability is at. Like, I feel for some of you, you're assuming like everything is over, like all is lost, like you know, like it's somewhat of the end of the world almost, even with the Three Swords in reverse. Like, you're almost like treating the connection like it's not there. This is for some of you possibly. Like, I want to get further on that Eight of Wands. Like, why would that be? Oh, some of you here are waiting for the universe to kind of bring this person back in, or to make them sort of realize like what the connection is. This is for some. It's like, I feel neither one of you really want to put yourself out on the line. I'm going to be honest. It's like you don't want to risk maybe even your reputation. Now, for some of you here, I feel like when you met this person, someone, either when you meet them or when you did, somebody asked very clearly, like, hey, what are you thinking here? And okay, somebody wants you to chase them. They want you to chase the version of the story that you want out of them. This is somebody very passive, you guys. Very passive. They may have a moon, a Mars, a Venus in a water sign, in a water house, possibly even in retrograde. They may have a lot of Scorpio, Pluto, but that is in shadow. So, like, they may have a lot of passion, but they're not really telling you that. Excuse me. It was on the throat chakra. I feel like they're like, whoa, they're taken aback by your love, but I feel like the shadow consciousness is overpowering what they felt, which was exciting about your initial interaction with them. Again, this might be like when you meet them, this is what it's like. Some of you, they feel like it's too good to be true. Like maybe you were very honest with them and they just didn't know what to make of that. I feel this person may not have a healthy foundation when it comes to expectations and relationships just in general. Like maybe they came from an upbringing where it's like almost like normal or natural to be, you know, to watch connections fall apart or to be unfaithful even. It really depends on the extent, but the Seven of Swords mirroring the Three of Swords with the Justice card, it's like they don't have a healthy ideology when it comes. Yeah, they don't have an expectation really that's positive, at least. Let's clear it. And so they're constantly trying to test and disturb even, you know. Yeah, for some of you, this is somebody who loves silence. They love the silent game, the silent treatment. Five of Swords. Not that they love it, but that they give the silent treatment, you guys. They want to feel you driving towards them. And if you met them and you didn't do so, I feel that they became very defensive even further at that point. Like it became like, oh, so I guess it wasn't real anyways, you know, something like that. So for some of you, there is maybe this moment, okay, where yeah, it's very defensive psychologically though. They're very sensitive, you guys. The ego with this person is one hairline away from a crack. Okay, just one comment away. Like if you make one little comment that's like, oh, I think that you're kind of like this or like that, is that true? It's like they will like take the entire showdown. This is what I'm getting. And it becomes almost like a disaster with the Nine of Swords in the Tower, leading out from the Ace of Cups. Like I'm hearing e pluribus unum. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like they feel the need to like suddenly like test you and become radioactive even and see how you're going to react to that. Like will they respond to that behavior? It's like, you know, okay, so for some of you, maybe you met them at a time where they did not yet have. I feel like when you meet this person, by that point, they're not going to have an idea of what a healthy relationship looks like, sounds like, feels like, tastes like. Maybe it's even the movies they watch. It's the shows they're watching. It's just, that's not the idea they have in their mind. I see a lot of running and I see a lot of looking back to see if you're chasing. Okay, this is how I can describe it. But I feel like if they see that you're not running after them, it's like they don't get they get defensive and they put their walls up, you know? But then they still sort of want to test your paradigm there with that still. They want to test the paradigm. They want to see how you communicate about relationships. This is somebody who's very curious to know what people think about them. Okay, but they want to figure that out in indirect ways. Yeah. very self-conscious, you guys. They're not sure how people see them, and just in general, maybe even with the Seven of Swords. They're very hurt, and love and light to this energy. This is part of maybe of the soul lesson here. The Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords upright. I feel that they are projecting a fear from the past into almost every interaction that they have with almost every single person that they meet. I'm going to be honest. It's almost like, how are they going to be able to find, you know, balance if you cannot come from a space of vulnerability with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords? It's almost like they're shutting out. It's like they're willing to end a connection and say, it's not, like, resolved, you know? I see, like, a classic, like, toddler running off, like, you know, wanting you to run after them to talk about things, but there are too many layers here, too many walls put up, too many games, it's too many layers, you guys. I'm sorry, with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords, like, how can we possibly have love here if we are projecting fear and then we're wanting this other person to show up with the love? Even if that were the case, that would be completely conditional. It wouldn't be fair, right? I mean, and I see someone coming in with justice. So it's like, that's the test of the paradigm. This is the ideal relationship that steps forward and says, hey, I can be your everything. I can be that person to you, and you can be that person to me. Do you want that? And that was fucking scary. Freaky to them. Like, oh my gosh, because it requires of them to confront why maybe they haven't had that in the past to this point. Ten of Pentacles and the Sun could be existentially, but there may be a little bit at times, yeah, so I feel like one person, when you meet this person, like, one person is going to be very much like solid type of relationship status and goals, like, I want to be like power couple with you kind of vibe, you know, like hashtag, like, you know, power couple, like, and this person feels maybe like they kind of like, yeah, their ego is way too involved, and they know that though, but they're not on some level they're not willing to really confront it. Like, they need your help to take down all of the clothing pieces that they've put up on the outfit, like, love and light. Yeah, no, the ego is way too sensitive, you guys. Way too sensitive to be able to let someone in, like truly, like, honestly, authentically. Like, it's almost like they want the game. It's like they want the fight. It's like they want the drama. I mean, not the drama, but they need healing. This is what they're seeking, ultimately. This is what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. It's like, they do want the peaceful connection. They do want the so-called happy ending. But they realize they cannot have that with the mental state that they're in right now, with the Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords upright, or at least when you meet them. So for some of you, if you have not already met this person, just know that when you meet this person, they may be playing a few games here. And you'll be wondering, why are they running off? And, like, what's going on? And, like, they're even, like, I don't even know what. They're testing you in, like, all kinds of ways. Like, what? It's like they're testing whether or not, maybe they even project different ideas to you, and they want to see, like, how you respond to different versions of themselves. For some of you, this person is projecting that they are not interested in women. I'm hearing this, or vice versa, or feminine energy. Maybe they are worried that you may leave them. This is what I'm hearing. So it's like, before they get into a connection with you, like, I see them testing absolutely everything. Like, they want to test, like, the deeper layers of your psyche with the Magician and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Okay, now, they feel that you are their dream, and they are fucking afraid of losing you. This is the conflict, because then they set up these measures by which they can kind of keep the connection kind of at least, like, passionate. I see an avoiding of intimacy here. It's a matter of passion at this point, where it's like, okay, at least we're arguing, at least we're fighting, at least we're, you know, but it's like, this is very clunky. It's like, Where is the symmetry here with the Eight of Wands? I mean, it's kind of, let's clear, it's kind of like off. Let's clear it. No offense, love and light to everybody here, and this is a general video. If it's not resonating, no problem. But the Eight of Wands for some of you, it's like this is a moment where we say, you feel like you don't know what this person is even saying. It's like you feel like you cannot even relate to them at times. It's really, really hard to read them. And so for some of you, maybe somebody stepped away from a connection because it was almost impossible. It's like, how can I be having any kind of connection with you here? Like, if that's where we're at. It's like, yeah, I feel one person said, I cannot fight for the relationship to be, like, real. Also to you, you know? I can't fight for the connection to, like, mean something that you can scribe, you know? So maybe somebody here kept, like, testing somebody left and right, like, doubting them even, questioning. But, like, things that, it wasn't a real conversation. It's not like a, you know, like, here's the issue, let's sit down and have a conversation about it. It's like, you know, indirectly sort of, like, talking about things and clear it. Not willing to get to the root, maybe, of the issue, possibly. Not willing to really, maybe recognize, like, the so-called subconscious fears. So there's a lot of core wounds that need to be addressed before the connection come together. Let's pull here a 6-year spread coming in and the 6-year spread leading out. Some of you met this person in a very odd context. This context made somebody feel paranoid. Like, maybe, you know, you had a very particular first encounter and that just, like, stuck with somebody in the back of their head for the rest of the so-called, like, interaction. Some of you had a very hot beginning and then it completely started going absolutely berserko, like, very competitive. That's when the competitive, egotistical energies started to crop up. Some of you are currently in a state, you're currently in a state of remission, I hear that, or separation from this person. There's resistance, maybe even withholding for some of you. Some of you are in a long distance here from this person with the Hermit. I feel that there's a lot of longing here. A lot of longing here. The Queen of Wands comes through. 1, 2, 3. Somebody's pining over somebody, guys. They really, really want to be with this person. But they realize that they need to confront the fear of losing them. When they do come through and say, hey, yeah, I do feel this way. Hey, yeah, I do want that with you. For some of you, it's going to come down to the point of actually finding the words to express what one feels. It's clear what one feels, yeah. Some of you might have a particular encounter in about 3 years. Some of you, if you were in separation, you might get back together here in about a year. I see that with the Queen of Wands coming through upright. Yeah, whatever it is, some of you in the year that you're here at this reading, there could be a little bit of a really hard moment here that you're having where you're like, why is this person, like, not responding, not reacting, not showing up? Why am I alone? This is for some of you with the Hermit. Like, you're feeling very, like, sensitive even about what has gone through in the connection. I feel like that is going to completely flip the next year. Queen of Wands, right? This is a timeless reading. For some of you, you were very concerned when you met this person that it's like, what is this? Like, you don't know how they see you. It feels kind of like it must have been a transaction at a certain point. It's like, is this a relationship? Like, what is your idea here, you know? That was the initial interaction. Like, the context made you concerned. So, okay, let's get further. We're going to pull here a Celtic Cross. Some of you, this person is acting very, like, flashy in public or very flirty and you just don't know, like, it's making you just think, like, is it for me? For some of you, they might be a social media artist. They have a lot of, like, interactions here with the public. Yeah, the Sun, they could actually be famous, or somebody could be famous here. Let's pull here, some of you, they're a news anchor, newscaster. They have a lot of people who are, like, following them even. Okay, let's get into the Celtic Cross. Okay, for some of you, like, the beginning of your connection was very awkward. Like, you had a connection, but then it was like, it's like you feel, okay, let me tell you, in this situation, it's either or. It's like either we feel very much like we're married, or it's like, or it's something like this or that. I don't know, what is the word? Like, they cannot associate a positive relationship with something maybe even sexy. This is what I'm hearing. So maybe somebody here withdrew. The Five of Wands in the current state, yeah. King of Cups, a lot of manipulative energy here, you guys. It's like, you know that how they feel about you, but then they're showing something completely different. Like, I'm sorry, how can we have the King of Cups with the Five of Wands? The King of Cups in the energetic pathway with the Five of Wands in the current state. It's like somebody doesn't know how to, at least they don't know. Somebody's not ready to express themselves as they feel it. Yeah, they're very defensive, you guys. They're not willing to really be brave emotionally. Maybe don't have the capacity to express emotion. Like, period. They just don't have that tool in the shed, in the chest. The Knight of Swords are bright in the near future. You have the Page of Wands are bright in the advice. I feel they're very intimidated by you as well. Maybe they feel they need to compete with you, like, in order to show up. The Nine of Wands are bright in the energetic pathway. Actually, I feel that this is more the hopes and fears. Ace of Wands upright, and the final outcome in the energetic pathways, the Five of Cups upright. Yeah, this is a moment where we have to be honest and really invert and say, okay, fine. Yeah, the Hermit's in reverse. For some of you, this person's, maybe they went on a whole journey and said, I'm alone and I'm going to be on my own and yada, yada, yada. For some of you here, they're going to have to come to that point where they say with certainty, like, I'm not happy like that. Otherwise, I really get the feeling that you're going to be in separation solo, so-called solo separation until this person admits also maybe what's holding them back from the connection. And maybe it's a hey, they're coming through with a confession of, I'm sorry, this is what's going on, this is my issue, this is why I'm not able, it's going to have to be super obvious. And maybe it does rely on the physical interaction. Maybe somebody here is holding out on something, and so this is really not fair to somebody else, maybe as they feel it. I feel this other person is not going to be still participating in the connection until it's like very, like, in other words, if somebody's acting very like slim, shady, sideways, like, okay, they're not going to be responding anymore to that. So they're just going to completely, like, maybe even just stop responding. This is for some. Because they're observing the ego, and they don't want to be in a relationship with an ego. So they want to be, they don't want the ego in the relationship front and center. That's for sure. So with that Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups, it's a matter of being humble. And so, being humble and having the humility to say, I'm also attracted to you. This is somebody here who has a trouble maybe with, they have trouble saying, I'm attracted to you. Maybe they don't want to be seduced. It can be, but they're freaked out because of something subconscious. It's a fear, psychologically even. They feel that it may destabilize their psyche. Let's move further. What is some shadow energies? South Node, 12th house. There could be some passive energies here. I would really recommend passive regression here for this stack and getting through the subconscious fear space. Maybe there's a past life energy here, emotional release and expression. Maybe even if you're not able to express what you feel to this person directly, maybe have like a really good friend, mentor, space that you can sort of project these energies in a healthy way through to kind of, maybe it's even like through your art or your creative work. Now, let's get further energies. Maybe even like having a hobby that you can sort of really sort of do the self-work and digging into the core sort of conversation with the higher self. So childhood wounds and such, past life energies again, really wherever you can sort of explore that part of you might be really helpful. Things like therapy, self-development. It's clear. I think it's about a matter of reprogramming and retraining the mind. And so anything that sort of will inspire that will be really helpful, I feel. Spirit wants you to look at things like not on the surface, but really to get like layers like deep and down into it where you're like, okay, why is this happening in the first place? Not like, what's our issue? What's our conversation? What's the discussion? Not like, hey, I'm sorry just for the sake of saying sorry. Not like, hey, I'm attracted to you because I'm attracted to you. But hey, this is why I have this fear and I finally figured it out. It's something like that. And until we get to that point, I feel like it's going to be really hard because this energy will keep occurring, you know? So clues as to when you might reconnect with this person or meet them. Okay, for some of you, it's at the end of a year, end of the season. When something's closing, I see that. When something is coming to a close, that's maybe a very particular message. Maybe like the end of maybe the year. Again, I hear that again. End of a semester even. Maybe graduation, or maybe you meet even like something with an event related to graduation. We have the 10 of Pentacles upright, the 5 of Swords upright, the 9 of Wands upright, the 10 of Cups up, 9 of Cups upright. Some of you, there's something related to travel, even the Devil. You might see them abroad. Something is ending though, I see that, and then you meet them, or maybe even like you bump into them, for example. There's a focus on the number 10, very strong focus on the number 10. Clear? Maybe the season here. One second. The 9th to the 10th, something about the 9, the 10, maybe 2009, 2010, it can be 10 years, 9 years. Three, I focus on 3, 6, let's clear it, 3, 6, 9. Two and 3, I see that as well. 2 to 3. 25 even. Let's clear it. Yeah, 15. 1, 5, 51. Maybe 1 to 5, take it as well. 2015 it can also be. 21, I'm hearing that as well. But yeah, apply it to your situation. It could be 9 months, 10 months, 9 years, 10 years, maybe in total. I see there's a very strong focus though on the number 15. This might be like a major chapter, like either it's 15 years or 2015. Let's clear it. Or you'll meet them in 2015. You will meet them in 2015. Okay, maybe you've already met them. So let's clear it. Back to the future. Maybe, yeah, you met them at 10 o'clock even, I see that. 10 a.m., 10 p.m. for some, let's clear it. Something about 3 and 9 though, again, I'm seeing that, let's clear it. The number 51 though, again, so maybe like you're 15 years old or you're 51. That also reduces to 6, so there is a focus on 6 as well. We did have 10 and 5 with the Devil as well. So 15, 5 and 10, 15 again, reducing to 30, reducing again to 3. Yep. Okay. So let's get further. We're going to pull into the next stack, and thank you guys for tuning in here to you. I hope you have a lovely day, night, whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you in the next video. Queen of Swords upright, 3rd stack. Let's clear the energy and ground. One more note, I'm hearing there's something related to mediumship capabilities there in that 2nd stack, and maybe while you are in separation from this person, there's a focus on really activations and activating your abilities when it comes to your talents and your gifts. So, okay, Queen of Swords upright, 3rd stack, let's clear it. But yeah, one more note with that 2nd stack, there's definitely a focus on the connection in relation to the collective. So let's say that you work through certain core wounds or certain so-called issues with yourself, even like psychologically or however. Doing that work is going to be maybe a talent or a gift that you then are able to extend to others. And honestly, I mean, that's making me think of Chiron. So Chiron is usually where you have certain very challenging experiences or challenges in general, and where you sort of master those challenges or those experiences that are very, very hard at face value or at first, they may, or in a number of ways, they may become your gifts as a healer. They may become really sort of like your very strong ability of yours. So let's get into the third stack. Let's clear it. Queen of Swords. So it's to say that you're not wasting time, and everything, of course, is a reason for everything, divine timing. But yeah, again, there could be a focus on you cultivating your healing capabilities, a focus on you gathering even evidence for what it is that you'd like to maybe create or manifest in the long term. And maybe it's that you do that solo, and then eventually if this person does resonate, they will come along for the ride. But I see like the point here is you sort of really being very, very brave with sifting through your subconscious and the things that you maybe feared in relation to that connection when it was that you did separate. So if you did separate, what was the fear in relation to the separation? What did the separation make you feel scared of, or just period? What did that so-called moment of separation kind of inspire you to also question more about yourself? So there is a question of independence there, definitely. And I think that the question is, what is it that you want more of in your life? So sometimes when we go through separation, it's a moment where you say, I realize more what I do want. So the separation allows you to sort of be able to pinpoint and identify what really your value is, what your priority is, what matters to you. And so what is that phrase? Separation here makes the heart grow fonder. I'm getting that here, but on an energetic level, like what you're going to identify, what it is that maybe you'd like to heal, what it is that you'd like to also create. So, okay, it's truly a blessing in disguise. Queen of Swords upright, possibly for some. And yeah, I'm getting it again. Sorry, we're still in stock too. Yeah, I see that it is a matter of things that you never knew maybe that you really wanted. And had you had a connection with this person, you might not have been able to really be able to fully identify like what that was. So being on your own maybe sort of was a point for you to identify what you wanted to change and what was really important for you to call out. Maybe there were things that you realized in yourself, but they weren't like at the forefront, So possibly this experience kind of helped you re-navigate, recalibrate to be able to then get on that path where you're prioritizing your values. Let's clear it. Definitely focus on healing. Queen of Swords upright, third stack. What is the divine counterpart here? What does Spirit want you to know? Let's clear out the energy around. Somebody here has trouble communicating. I see that. Maybe when you meet this person, it's sort of like by nature, like naturally, this individual just has trouble communicating. It's like very, very hard for them to communicate, and it is something very obvious. Like I feel like you'll just immediately recognize that. Maybe they're very shy, or they get kind of like a little bit erratic with the communication when you do have it. Maybe they're kind of defensive even at times. I feel like when you first met this person, you realized that, and you were like, okay, I kind of just like very immediately realized that there's something that we're going to have trouble communicating about, and maybe it's something very particular. Somebody maybe even like has trouble communicating about very particular things. They have trouble communicating about something specific here. Let me get some water really quickly. Sorry, guys.
Water, 9.5.
Okay. Yeah. I think you'll immediately notice that this person is a little bit more closed in. Maybe it is a matter of the solar plexus chakra even. They don't like to, like, you can tell that they're repressing something. Yeah. You can really pick up on it. It's very obvious. Maybe they're more shy. It's clear. What is more obvious, you know? They don't like to, like, call things out, or they're, you know, simply there could be this feeling of, like, I feel like this person has more to say that they're just not saying. So when you first meet them, maybe that's something that you actually are intrigued by. It's like, I feel like there's more beneath the surface with this person, possibly. But I feel like when it comes to the actual communication, yeah, maybe you even wanted to, like, help them with something. Maybe they were going through quite a challenging time when you did meet them, but I feel that this is more the character. They're maybe more the strong, silent type. If you have an issue, you just kind of, like, separate, or you go your own ways, or they don't really will tell you what they're feeling. It might be a pride thing as well at times, where they just don't want to, like, put themselves on the line with the Strength card knighting the Hierophant. For some of you, this is part of how they were brought up. It's clear, it's part of their, maybe even their early childhood, their religion, their culture, to not really be kind of outspoken at times. Okay, let's get some cards here on your energy. At times it might be really hard to read this person, and you feel like you need to do a lot of, like, digging to really get to the core of what maybe they're trying to say, or what they're trying to do, or what they're trying to, yeah, kind of, like, it's like create. It's like, for some of you, maybe they just, like, kind of, for some of you, they treat you like a friend, and they keep you in the friend zone for, like, a really long time. And for some of you, it leads you to, it makes you end up feeling kind of like you don't know who you are to this person. Like, okay, it's almost like they have you and, like, 5 other people, like, hang out together at the same time, almost. Like, let's clear it. Like, always. Okay, yeah, you don't know who you are to them. This is just what I'm getting. Like, am I just a friend, or what? There's some anxiousness there, possibly. Now, the Two of Swords, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like they've never really had, like, a truly committed connection, but always take it as you will. This person may have trouble letting loose. I feel that they don't make, like, comments on or compliment you on something physical usually. It's more like, yeah, they could be very religious as well. It can be, and maybe you just kind of, like, wonder, like, is there more? Okay. Your energy with the King of Swords. Sometimes I feel you get irritated with this person because you kind of want to, like, push them, like, hey, can you react? Your energy, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Two of Wands. I feel you're hopeful. You're like, well, maybe, I think you're very intrigued by this person. You're very interested in, like, why they are that way, like, why they don't talk as much, why they do take, like, time to respond, and, like, you know, maybe you're very different. I feel like you go from, I'm interested to see if they're going to respond, to, like, what do they say? Like, what does that mean? Like, I feel like you got a very extensive mind and methods of communication. Like, you have a very maybe complicated personality at times. I don't know what that means for everybody, but you have different ways of communicating, and this person may be more limited, and maybe you're, like, interested by that, but at the same time you're like, well, okay, how can we have, I see you're really questioning, like, how can we have a real connection, like, if there's no streamlined method of communication? It's like, yeah, some of you are, like, impressed by this person, you're very, like, inspired, or even you respect them, but then there are these moments where you're like, but what is this doing? What is this creating? Where is it leading to? You know, what is this leading to? What is it leading to? I feel like you have a lot of questions. I feel like you don't even know this person. Like, you don't know their hobbies. Like, it's like a blah feeling. Like, I don't know if they're really excited or like not so excited. It's like they're acting the same, maybe with like all their friends. Like, you don't know if the way they're treating you is different. So we're gonna get further clues. We're gonna see. But you have the Two of Wands upright, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Swords, the Emperor. I feel that you're very passionate with your communication. Yes, the Knight of Cups there. Very passionate. I feel like you have dreams, visions. I want to go here. I want to do that. I want to do here. Do this and that, like in this way and that way. I want to, there and here. There is like this almighty energy here to your presence. Maybe even when you're around this person, like maybe you're like, wow, you just kind of, you're inspiring me, but then you're not responding to me. Interesting. So there's a question of the reciprocity. Some of you are very much Jupiterian. I think that you worry that you're putting yourself out there a little bit too much, like you're putting yourself on the line. You're wondering, like, am I going to get hurt by this? The Nine of Swords mirroring the Nine of Cups. Yeah, some of you, I feel like you're really trying not to, like, let go of hope in this connection. But, yeah, you can only be curious for so long. Like, I feel some of you are literally, like, feeling like you're going to lose your mind over the situation here. I feel like you're very tempted to let this go. If you have not already met this person, know that the way they behave may not be personal, but let's get further clues. If you have not yet met this person, can we get some insight here from Spirit? Okay, this person is very conservative. This is for some of you. They focus a lot on their career even. They're an entrepreneur. They're very serious. They don't like to give attention to just like anybody at any time and just like get into it like a committed connection. This is for some. They're very, very, very aware of the way that they are interacting, and they're just kind of more selfish at times, maybe it seems, but they're just more careful the way that they connect to people in general. There's a cultural question here. I feel that you guys are actually very compatible, but there's this moment of like, we have to be willing to like at least say hi. Like if we cannot get these basic things in order, for some of you, there is going to be a long period of challenge. We have the Devil at the base of the reading. If you've already met this person, okay, I'm going to be honest, like this is very imbalanced. I feel the majority of the connection for the most part is going to be like one person pining over the other person, one person wondering, like literally having to ask themselves, like, is this person actually here for me? Like interested in me? Like what the hell is going on? I feel there's going to be a lot of that going on, and that can drive you absolutely banana batshit. I'm hearing blueballs crazy. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that's alluding to, but you have the Devil mirroring the Queen of Swords. Like no, this is not fair. It's not appropriate. I feel like it's gonna again literally drive somebody crazy. Like you're gonna get to a point where you're like, I need to know, like why. No. Okay, so we gotta back it up, because this is not gonna be good for you. I feel this person maybe has like a really different way of carrying their energy out. You got the King of Pentacles. Ooh, let's clear it. For some of you, you have to be careful that this person is not going to project certain expectations on you, and then you're going to have to change who you are to be able to like satisfy them. No. I feel like for some of you, you're going to have to actually ironically step away from this connection to be able to like have it manifest, but in a balanced way. The Six of Wands leading after the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, no. This is going to be the worst time possibly in your whole life. Like when it comes to relationships and the history of relationships, like there's no way that you're gonna be basically feeling like you're completely like worthless to this person based on whatever this interaction is. Like this is totally unrequited, not because there isn't a connection, but because of the way that you're pursuing it. So you being this dude on the Six of Wands card, okay, on this horse riding out, it's like I got 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 6. It's like, why is it not enough? Because their currency is the Pentacles right now, and they are very closed off to anything but that. They're very close-minded. Maybe you got the Devil, the King of Pentacles. Maybe they're even like in a secret society. I don't know what that's alluding to, you guys. Maybe they've got some sort of like whatever it is, okay, culture. They're part of a certain group. It's like you trying to so-called get in through the door to the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. It's like you're just gonna feel like you keep hitting your head on the wall with this person. And so I see that you actually step back. You're gonna step back and you're gonna say, I don't need to like sacrifice my own dignity, my own self-confidence to feel like I'm not worth something just because you're the Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me. they're trying to project this energy on you to be the King of Pentacles. And you feel, if you do entertain, well, let's clear it. You're going to feel, even subtly, like, I feel like for some reason I can't be the Six of Wands. I have to be the King of Pentacles. And then you're going to keep trying to change who you are to this person, your approach, and it's going to just feel completely impossible. So I feel you need to change the approach big time. If you have not already met this person, keep an eye out for this. If this is describing somebody who you just recently met, keep an eye out for this, okay? This is not fair. It's not right. People should not be changing people because they want to be with them. So for some of you, yes, make sure that this person is not trying to indirectly project and change you. Some of you have passions in your life that you're almost about to give up. You're almost willing to give those things up. It's like, who do I have to be? What do I have to change? No, it's not about that. Let's clear it. It should be unconditional. Okay, it's this person's issue that they are in the Queen of Pentacles when it comes to the connection. This is very, very selfish. I'm sorry, I'm getting this energy here. Very self-interested, very self-loathing. If this is a divine connection that you're in with this person, they're, at least in this current moment, they're not receptive to the wands. It doesn't matter the first, the second, if they're receptive, you'll have one wand and that should be enough. Okay, so that is, not fair. It's not where it's at, and it's not going to be where the connection is going to manifest truly, because this is also something that is breeding a toxicity energy with the devil. Like, you're feeding their ego, basically. You're basically kind of egging them on to, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time you come to their door, to their house with another wand, they end up feeling like, wow, yeah, see? It's like, it's just perpetuating the Queen of Pentacles, which is not the point. Okay? Then you start feeling like, oh, I need to start to become the King of Pentacles. No, you don't need to become anything. You become who you are. For you. At every moment in time, no matter what. At every turn of your experience in life. Let's clear it. And this person should empower you in that space. Okay? And if they do not, I don't give a fuck. This person doesn't deserve you. Doesn't deserve your love. Maybe in the next lifetime, come back. Not in this lifetime, not like this. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles with the devil. This is an absolute manipulation energy. So some of you here, be very aware of that. If there's a financial side of this, oh, please, no. Some of you, somebody's telling you, oh, I can't be with you in a relationship unless you're like this or that. Well, fuck you and goodbye. Fuck that. Goodbye. Fuck off. This is not appropriate. This is the energy, you guys. Yeah, they have you completely second guessing your potential, yourself, your passions, your life. I see you starting to question, is it because of this? Is it because of that? Is it because I like this? Is it because I like that? Is it because I look like this? What's the issue? No, there's no issue. Okay? There's no issue with you. This is someone here who is not ready for a relationship. They don't want to be in a society where they are going to be seen as independently powerful. Let's clear it. Or independently. They want to... No. Guys, I'm sorry. They want to be seen as, like, independent. Maybe even if it's like you did something for them or you have a friendship, it's like they want to take selfies. They don't want you to be in the picture kind of vibe. They don't want to tag you. They don't want to have a connection. They don't want to, so this is toxic. So what are you doing here? Driving all the way over there with your gas money, okay? Paying for road trips with your gas money, paying for No, let's clear it. Your energy is wasted here in this context like this. I'm going to be very honest here, but the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups, this person may also know that. They know that you are here out on a limb with them. They know that you're here. You've got passion for them. They know you're here. You have a love for them. Well, guess what? Okay, that's great that they acknowledge that, but they need to show up in a different context with that knowingness, not the Queen of Pentacles. With the King of Pentacles leading after your Six of Wands. That's like saying, I don't even regard what it is that you've done for me in the relationship. Yeah, no, really. I don't even regard what it is that you have represented, okay, to me. It's like they do not have gratitude, guys. This person's going to need to go through a number of experiences to realize what love means. Because right now I think that they think that it's all about them in their little world, the Hermit, on the Queen of Pentacles. You guys have an ego. This person has an ego, and they want to tell you what to do and what's right. Blah, 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 blah. No, goodbye. I'm gone, okay? You got to get out of here, you guys. And I feel like, I want to see when you turn around with that Six of Wands. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it already. Come on now. Yep, Chariot. Literally out of here. Fucking literally. On this, listen, you go from the Six of Wands to the Chariot with the Six of Pentacles. You take what it was that you were hoping to gain some sort of reaction to, some sort of, well, not just reaction for the sake of reaction. I'm seeing it, it's like, hey, I want to have a connection with you. You take that, you reinvest it in your own life, in your own story, okay? And you build a standard around, okay, your ethic. And that is your boundary, actually. It becomes your boundary. And now I want to see when the Queen of Pentacles is to return. Oh my goodness, let's clear it. When the Queen of Pentacles is to return, they're going to realize, oh my God, it seems like Charles is not here anymore. I see that fool. They just kind of, it's like somebody who doesn't want to admit that, like, they're kind of like realizing you're not following them anymore on Facebook kind of vibe. Five of Cups. It's like, let me just stumble upon the path and see where they've gone. It's like, please, no, let the ego down. Get real here. Five of Cups. This person is very immature. They're going to have a hard fall here, you guys, when they see that you've moved on. They will have a very, very hard fall with the Five of Cups leading out of the Fool. This is going to be a moment where they're going to have growing pains, but it's not like the normal, like, okay, this is somebody maybe who was very sheltered in their life, like maybe they never had a relationship. They were always protected. They were in a, let's clear it, caste system even, let's clear it. It's like, then they go into the real world, they're going to have a real life experience, oh my gosh, they're going to fall in love. But when they fall from where they were hiked up here in the connection, you see what I'm saying? Okay, like, it's because of where they took themselves in the connection, which was unrealistic in relation to what they felt. Whoa. You guys, this relationship will break this person. Yeah. But that's the point that they need to get at. That's the point they need to reach to get real with you. Okay? To get absolutely real with you. Let's get further. Yeah, they may play the victim mode, they may post on social media, sad pictures, sad videos, sad. They want your attention now. When you turn around with the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles, this is how you do it. You take everything that you're putting into them. And it's like, just literally like like you just take it and you just like excavate it and you put it somewhere else. The messages, the attention, the vibe, the energy, the thoughts, every minute, every ounce of your essence that you're putting into this connection, put it into something else that fuels you, that feeds you, that brings you closer to define your standards, your values, your boundaries. Just because you're the Six of Wands right now, this is the energy that you're emitting. And just because this person is the Queen of Pentacles, it doesn't mean that you are the Six of Wands and they're the Queen of Pentacles. You are a balanced duo, but this is the way that it's being projected right now. So it's not realistic. So you want to take your Six of Wands, that energy, you want to take your Six of Wands energy, frequency, vibration, and put it into a different context. Because this is beautiful. This is lovely. But it's not appropriate in relation to this energy space. Okay? This is you being creative, being passionate, being brave, to appreciate an opportunity with another, being able to appreciate, being open, okay, being receptive, wanting to be there for the other person as well. Let's clear it. Being like, hey, I'm willing to be here for you. Are you willing to show up? You know, this is you being physically, also being confident. Let's get honest. Let's clear it. I feel like Spirit is saying, take that, maybe make a business out of it. I feel you're trying to bring this energy to the Queen of Pentacles, when really it's a matter of take what it is. Maybe it's not so much a matter of seeking validation, but actually plant them as seeds. Take those wands and plant them as seeds and water them and look after them and see where they've gone. And that's the point at which this person is going to feel that you're not where you used to be at with them. And that's when they will turn around so hard, so fast. I want to know everything about you. Oh my gosh, where are you now? Where are you doing? Where are you going? Temperance, yeah. They're going to have to mature. They will mature. They will mature. The Magician, they will absolutely mature for some of you. And the only way this will be is when this person comes to you, to your door with a sacrifice to say, I'm sad without you. I don't want to see my life without you. And they have to be vulnerable. They have to be humble, you guys. They have to realize that they don't want that energy there, the Queen of Pentacles. That they don't want that, you know, private, independent life of like lavish and luxury and just that, with no emotional relationship. Yeah, Six of Cups. There's a memory, King of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Maybe they even told you, I don't want a relationship. Maybe you had a relationship with the past with this person and they pushed it away. I feel like they're going to realize, like, this is totally unrealistic. I have to be honest. And so there could be finances involved. If you have already met this person, well, what is the advice here to you? Well, we read on that. Yeah, we read on that. So we'll keep it as that. But let's see further here. Let's do a 12-year spread. The last 6 years and the next 6 years. Some of you, you need to communicate openly about your values. If someone's immature and you haven't met them yet and you feel that they fit this profile description, I would leave. I would immediately leave the connection. I would walk away and see how they respond. See how they return to you. Make your boundaries really clear. Make your values really clear, and then leave and see if they return to your values. Otherwise, it's like, where's the relationship? What is a relationship? What are they returning to? What are we in? Is it a relationship? We won't know until you identify the values and you see their action in relation to that. If you say, hey, come to my door if you want a solid A on this test. I don't know what that's for example. Wait to see. Do you hear a knock at the door? If you don't, then that tells you very clearly, like, that's not what they're willing to admit. So instead of making it an ego thing, though, where you're like, oh my God, like, so they don't want me, like, no. It's a matter of the vulnerability with themselves. Let's clear it. They're hiding in their Queen of Pentacles energy. This is just what I'm seeing. And they're trying to get you to, like, project the King of Pentacles to kind of make it like no. This is not a divine union. I hear that energy. But it is a divine union, but it's not the divine union energy. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're both wearing makeup kind of vibe. So I think it's about you saying, hey, I'm going to step away. I'm out because this is fake to me right now. This is superficial to me right now. Okay, if you want to say that that's the point of the connection and like this is what makes it attractive and blah, blah, I'm out. And so you just step away and you say very simply. And so that's going to trigger this person to make a change here. Yeah, let's clear it. They may have to release something like financial or like sacrifice something financially. Yes. I see that majorly turning around. I feel like when you leave, you're currently in the judgment state. When you leave this connection, I feel like, look, you put your heart out on the line here. You put a lot into this, but this is obviously a general video. Let's clear it. Maybe there were moments where you did have like an experience or two that was quite, like it kept you kind of feeling like, well, maybe there is something here. When you turn around, I feel this person will come back with almost like a vengeance. Like, hey, where did you go? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, they're going to when they see that you're not picking up their phone calls the way you used to, you're just not giving them the attention that you used to. Because you're feeling, again, that Queen of Pentacles energy. That's when they're going to come around and they're going to really start going a little bit crazy. Like, they're going to start questioning, why? Okay? Then they're going to start getting very self-conscious about the Queen of Pentacles, where they go, oh my gosh, wait, so they're not interested in the Queen of Pentacles. They're not interested in my Queen of Pentacles energy. This is for some. So that's where you have to train them on what your standard is. Hey, I don't respect the Queen of Pentacles. That's not where I'm at. Maybe you realize this person is not the Queen of Pentacles. You realize that there's potential in them, and it's like but I see you wanting to go to the Six of Wands energy to them, to then help them kind of realize that it's not about the Queen of Pentacles, if that makes sense. I think really the point is just saying it and them needing to make the change for themselves. The Devil upright. To realize the Devil upright. This person needs to have like a soul shock moment maybe. In about 3 years, I see this becoming really clarified. And yeah, hugely clarified. And from then on, we see massive transformation and change. Let's see further. I'd like to pull energies related to when you might meet this person again, or when these energies in terms of the actual year. Okay, I'm getting 2 options here. For some, it could be focused on the number 6. Could we focus on the number 5 and the number 1 with the number 10? For another number view, we see we focus on the number 12, reducing to 3, 12, 3. Definitely 12. Let's clear it. Could be years, months, time. We have the Ace of Cups as well here, and number 1. So, yeah, okay. Well, hopefully this is helpful. Let's see any shadow energies here from Spirit that are focused. Reiki. Some of you, if you did interact with this person, you might want to do Reiki to kind of really reprogram your energy space around what it is that you perceived of as being the potential in this connection. Like if you were thinking for a long time, oh my God, they're like the one, and it can be passive energy. It's like you want to maybe help reformat and reprogram around the potential that you sort of gave to this connection or that you saw in this person. So it's like, sure, the potential's there, but I don't need to see it as like in the way of saying I'm going to show up even if they're not presenting that potential right here, right now. Like even if they're not prioritizing that potential or pursuing that potential. So, okay. Like if you know somebody is not really in their light, why would you show up? I think that's something that Spirit wants you to look at and to think about and to really look at and reprogram. Having ways of sort of coping with maybe even the decisions that you've made in the past where maybe you like remained in a situation that you knew wasn't really where it was at. And that's something psychological, because sometimes it's like, well, it's not the thing that I want to change. It's the fact that I've been here so long. Like I don't want to so-called give up. I think that's the question here for you, to reprogram. Why is it that I have placed a future in something that from the start wasn't really reciprocal? So maybe something like that. Maybe there's a focus here on healing that energy. Let's pull up a Celtic Cross. So I think it's not so much about the potential of the connection, but rather the pursuit. So not only what is a divine partner, but how does that come into union, How do we make that work and happen? Is it about like one person feeling like they know the potential of the relationship and they're going to put everything into it, and then that other person's eventually going to come around and have these massive realizations? Or is it a matter of, hey, maybe I say that I can know that you have potential, but it's a matter of us both showing up for it. Page of Cups upright. Yeah, for some of you, this might even be like related to family. So something I'm getting as well. This person maybe is not showing interest in family, and that's something that's quite hurtful, possibly. It's quite hurtful, or there's something about finances. Yeah, I feel like some of you, you really want to sort of pursue your healing, and that's going to be the point at which the reflection is made, because it is a subconscious communication, right, to this person in the universe when you are remaining in a situation where even in just subtly saying, well, I'm not really cutting it off, I'm not really making a clear break, I'm not really like treating them differently. That's telling the universe, hey, I'm like still putting energy into something that is not reciprocated, right? I'm still putting energy into something that is not really receiving my intention. Knight of Pentacles upright, 4th stack. Let's clear one more note. Yeah, I'm still sort of reflecting, maybe even a shadow. So, okay, let's get into the 4th stack. Knight of Pentacles upright. Let's see your person. Okay. One more note with that 3rd stack. I feel like there is some trouble when it comes to how it is that you identify maybe what the passion is in this connection. I feel like maybe there are things that you're glossing over in the connection. For example, you see the puzzle of this person, and there are certain puzzle pieces that really draw your attention. All the puzzle pieces matter. And so I think it's a matter of having ultimate respect for this person to say, hey, I realize that you're not really manifesting all of your potential. So it's up to me to call that out and say, hey, I think that there are some things that you need to work on. And if you happen to work on those things, great. Like maybe we'll come together. So I think it's a matter of saying, even those puzzle pieces that are not really projected clearly, how is it that you make the time, you take the effort to really acknowledge them and say, these are things that are important in our connection. I know that we can manifest here with this in a really amazing, profound way. But I need to have that as something that I call out. So, maybe there are things that make you nervous, like you don't want to make a big deal out of certain things, but it's like, I'm sorry, why are we shy to be honest? It's like, if you have a standard for something, right? Be brave at that. Say, hey, I believe in fucking monogamous relationships. I believe in having a long, yes, and whatever it is to you. Where you say, hey, I want to be in a long distance relationship that is committed, where I don't have to question this person's intention for me. If that's your standard, call it out bravely. And if this person steps away, bye. That's what it's like, you guys. I'm sorry. That's what it's like, really. This is the message here from Spirit very strongly, no matter how awkward it is, no matter what this person says. Oh, no, you call it out. Because maybe those are things that you actually identify that are very things that you even admire. Maybe in this person you feel like they would be really receptive to those things, but you're just not communicating about it. So maybe it's a matter of just calling it out. Let's get into the fourth stack. Yeah, I mean, and I think it's about you being leader oriented here. Leadership is really key. Like, not being afraid to lead the relationship forward with what it is that you feel. Some of you maybe are very like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to see them. That's too bad. Like, this person is not really even where they want to be at. So it's up to you to really kind of like shock them, hurt their feelings, make them feel surprised that you're willing to leave them. Oh my God, leave me, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm going to leave your ass. I'm going to leave you in the freaking dust with that behavior. Okay, this is for some of you. So that's what I'm seeing. Like, it needs to be awkward, because I see for some of you with the Six of Wands energy, you're very much in this like, something's not right. You're very intuitive. Okay, but you're still in this complacent, like, but I'm still kind of letting everything kind of happen. It's like, no. The Spirit is saying no. Spirit's saying that they want you to be branding your reality. And it's really to the universe as well, right? It's like telling like your spirit guides, hey, this is just not cutting it for me. You got to do another order, Knight of Pentacles in the fourth stack. Okay, some of you, your divine counterpart is someone who's very physical. Let's clear it. They're very studious. They're very, I'm hearing they're relationship prone. Maybe they have a lot of people who are drawn to them. They're very physical. They have a lot of earth energy, possibly. This person is a networker, maybe. They make a lot of friends wherever they go, kind of vibe. They work in something related to the physical body. Maybe they work in a field that is really demanding physically even. It's clearing the energy run. Yeah, they're a very hard worker, but they're also kind of sensitive. I feel like they do have a side to them where they have a lot of passion and they can create quite a bit, but they think a lot about what people feel about them, think about them. I feel like if they are someone very studious or hardworking, they still think about how other people interpret their work. Interesting. They could be kind of like a feminine, masculine energy type. We do have the Lovers. That's Gemini energy. This could be somebody here who's at times a little wishy-washy. They're very physical, you guys. Maybe at times even like very sexual or lusty. Like they have a lot. The Devil at the base of the Eight of Wands. Yeah, they have a lot of Gemini, possibly a lot of Capricorn. They love working the land. I hear that with the Seven of Pentacles and the Devil. I feel like they are a very earthy sort of spirit. Let's pull on your energy here. Okay, right off the bat, I see you having a lot of Pluto, a lot of water energy in your chart, possibly Cancer, Scorpio. Ooh, definitely Queen of Cups. The Moon. The Hermit, the Empress. Oh, wow. You're also very magnetic. You're very attractive to many people here. I see that you are very, very sexual as well. At times, you have very sexual sort of energy here to you. The Empress and the Chariot. Let's clear the energy and ground. Yeah, you have a past. You're a very old soul. For some of you, you have a history here. Some of you are maybe you're even famous. I'm seeing this for some of you. Some of you also, though, are very financially well off. This is just a very particular note, maybe even part of that hierarchy, legacy energy. Maybe your family is famous, or something like this. Your family is very, very, they're known for something. You're the Empress, the Chariot, the Moon, the Hermit, the Queen of Cups, the Tower. Yeah, I can hear it very, like, over and over. You're famous. This is for some of you. Okay. Now, who are you dealing with? This person is very feminine, or like kind of, they have like a physical, seductive almost energy. Like they're kind of creative, but then they also they cave into things and they feel bad. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't really want to do that. Then they go along with things. It's like they're very they got a lot of Libra, it can be as well. They don't like to make people feel awkward. Yeah, Six of Cups. They're a people pleaser, possibly. They love reading books. They like physical things, like physical hands-on things. Like I see them reading books. They like food. I see that. They really like to like eat. They may have a lot of Taurus, a lot of Capricorn, a lot of Virgo. They kind of have like a humble energy, but they're also, yeah. They work hard. This is for some of you. The 6 and 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. They don't want to like upset you. This is what I'm hearing. If you haven't already met this person, this might be the divine counterpart energy. They really maybe were even brought up in a society where financial independence was very important, but at the same time, I think that they feel like they kind of, it's not all about that. And this is reminding me of a pick a card reading that we did a little while back. It was one of the stacks. It was like something, what do they want to tell you, but that they're not telling you, that spirit wants you to know. And I'll never forget it. It was the 7 of Wands card. I think it was the second stack or something. It was someone who was like in a certain career that they really didn't feel that they were really resonant with. And so this person is very, they're very sensitive or sensual. Maybe they have like a feminine side to them, but they try to bring that into whatever they do. Like maybe they want to kind of be more feminine, but then their job is more masculine. Let's click down the back. Maybe they're not satisfied with the industry they're in. I feel like at their core, they love people and they want to be with people, connecting to people. Maybe doing something kind of creative with the 6 of Cups. Feminine even, working with children, maybe something with design. Children, I hear that again. Maybe they're very childlike. They love to maybe travel as well. Yeah, but then it's like maybe they're in a career where they're not really like focusing on the things that they really love, or they feel they don't have time for those things. They're very physical again. A lot of Taurus, a lot of Venus in their chart possibly. 2 of Cups on the 6 of Cups. They maybe want to be like a movie director, screenplay writer, movie scene actor, director. Maybe even like a model, an actress, a designer. Let's clear it. Photographer. Now your energy, we have the Tower, the Chariot, Queen of Cups. I mean, you guys make you're a power couple. This is a power couple energy. Very intense connection you guys have, actually, is what I'm seeing with the Moon, the Hermit, and the Empress. They are very attracted to you. I feel they're extremely turned on by you with the Empress. Yeah. They are very curious about you, like who you are. Maybe when they first meet you, that's how they feel. Clear it. I do get that they question if they could really fit the role here with you, though, for whatever reason. With the King of Wands and the Hierophant, they have their doubts. With the 8 of Pentacles, maybe there's a financial question. They don't know if they could, like, so-called amount to, like, what your so-called worth. This is for some. They really see you as a star. I think that they think a lot about what you would want in a relationship, what your so-called worth is, but they just don't know if that's where they're at in their life yet. I'd like to pull a Celtic Cross. Oh, my nose is going crazy. This person might have a lot of Capricorn in their chart, a lot of earth energy. Something about finances. Some of you may be very wealthy together. You might have a business together. Okay, let's see what's what. You guys may travel together. Yeah. You guys maybe even met when you were young. Something about, it's like you had a creative business when you were young. Oh, my nose is going crazy. You may have literally started a business together. Oh my goodness. Queen of Cups. Some of you, woo, maybe you're like, you worked together before you were like a couple kind of vibe. This could be a message for some. Somebody works with cars or something with cars. Somebody, yeah, they travel a lot. They're always on the road, possibly. This is for some. Okay, 5 of Wands in the current state. We lead in with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, I'm getting this message again. They're very visual even. Maybe they're very, like, again, creative, like, with colors, textures. I think they really enjoy fashion. Like, they imagine, wow, you know what? That sachet right there, that should be, like, flipped, you know, something like that. I feel like they really like to do, like, hair design and, like, outfits and take pictures. They're very sensitive, I feel like. If you get into an argument, they get very sad about that, and they, like, I get that they, like, run away. I see that. They run off, like, they escape. They run off. They don't like getting into arguments. I'm hearing that. Roman versus Greek. They don't like this. They don't like to feel like they're debating people. They don't like that. Yeah, maybe they're very single, or they give off this vibe of, like, I think they like to show you attention, but they question maybe it's a projected energy, like whether or not they could really be, like, who you want them to be. So they kind of are, like, kind of more maybe, like, friendly with you, or more kind of, like, they're totally kind of at times a little bit, I'm even hearing misogynistic. I'm not sure. They're a little bit misunderstood, or they give a misinterpretation energy. Maybe they feel you misunderstand them. I don't know. Or vice versa. Ace of Swords in the advice. Let's clear it. Some of you may have a misunderstanding, and that is, like, really, really hurtful to them. I feel like that then requires of them to address something that you guys haven't talked about outwardly, in an outward manner and directly. And I feel like it's going to come down to the physical interaction that you guys have. Maybe they're not so assertive, and I feel like it's going to come down to the Queen of Wands upright, like, really empowering the feminine energies, and, like, for what it is. I don't get that this person is, like, outwardly disrespectful to women or to, like, the feminine energy, but it's more like, how do we look at that, you know? And I feel like maybe they avoid encounters that involve, like, very strong feminine energy. Let's see here, a 6 years. Let's clear it. Let's see here. If you've already met this person, actually, when you meet this person, if you haven't already, my nose going crazy. Okay, this person may drive to you. I see that. Travel to you. There's something so particular about the first time you meet them. Like, maybe the way they're dressed. It's the whole vibe. Like, they're very stylish. They keep getting that 7 of Pentacles. Maybe they're very invested. They pay very close attention to, like, every little detail of, like, how they dress and how they show up, how they come off to others. Let's clear it. Yeah, they spend so much time, you guys, like, focusing on, like, the little details. They got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. Let's clear it. Okay, this person is not really maybe a clear communicator at times, and they don't want to hurt people's feelings. So they will say stuff that's, like, not true. I'm sorry, we have to be honest here. Like, they are not being honest. I get that all the time. Like, they kind of like to overpromise kind of vibe. It's like, can you do this? Sure, I can. It's like, they want to please, they want people to see them in a very particular way. This is just what I'm getting. I don't know if that's realistic, though, you know, because, like, at the end of the day, I feel that they feel very 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and they feel a little bit maybe, like, misunderstood. Yeah. Like, they act like everything's okay, but it's, like, not really. With the 9 of Cups up top, the 7 of Swords, let's clear it. They feel like they can't talk about the things they really want to talk about. Maybe, for example, they want to be more poetic or romantic, but they feel that they can't. There comes that 7 of Wands. This is that stack, you guys, where somebody was, like, they maybe were in a very masculine job, but they want to be more feminine type. The Hierophant, but they need to be, I feel like they would want something here with you, but, like, they would need to be able to be okay with acknowledging something about the gender roles. I don't know. With you, maybe, for example, like, you're not a classic masculine feminine type, and they know that, and but there's maybe programmed to think like, oh, like it should be like that or that should be like that, but I think they don't really want that. They want to be more fluid, possibly, and they want to express that to you, but they're in a space right now where they cannot. They're too busy trying to be very maybe like either macho or however, or very, very feminine, or like there are misunderstandings around the way that they feel they are to express their potential. Even like in society, I see that as well, truly, with fertility, with the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, they're just very shy. It's like they're not ready to be like a family man type of thing. Let's pull into if you have not already met them. If you have already met them, you guys are having a very tough time when it comes to conversations. Maybe you feel like there's something going on, and it's like you keep you keep wondering about it. You feel something is there, but they're not talking about it, and so you keep trying to like probe. It's like, hey, come on, tell me, like, what happened? It's like something like that. It's like they won't, like, acknowledge, like, maybe the past, maybe there are some things maybe related to their family, their parents, they're not willing to talk about. For some of you, there might be something here very uncomfortable in the past and the childhood upbringing. Okay, there are things that maybe they want to eventually talk about, but it's going to take time, and they're going to need to feel really comfortable to do so. With the Tower and the theme, there could be this question of even their ideals in a relationship, and maybe they kind of avoid certain connections for certain reasons, and I feel like there are reasons, but in terms of a relationship right now, I feel like it is causing some sort of issue because one person feels like the other person is not vocalizing their concerns. With the Five of Cups and the Four of Wands, I feel like this is maybe even a memory. It's like they don't want to think about it. They don't want to remember it. Maybe, for example, there was something when they were very young that happened. Maybe that they did. Something that they just are not proud of. They're just not attracted to, like, in themselves. I'm not sure. Let's go to Two of Swords. I feel pressure on the sacral chakra, root chakra. Two of Swords. Five of Cups, Four of Wands, maybe they feel ashamed about certain things here. Like they want to avoid everything now in relation to whatever that is, due to maybe, let's clear it. Like they don't want to call certain things. Maybe it's commitment phobe even. Okay. It's reminding me a smidgen of the reading, the second stack, where it's like how someone is acknowledging the concept of partnerships. Yeah, like maybe they didn't have like an example growing up of a really positive experience. The Five of Swords, the Two of Swords, Justice, the World, King of Wands, Eight of Swords. They're trying to avoid maybe an influence here of some kind. Two of Cups, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords. Like they don't want to maybe even. Yeah, I feel like the way I'll know is like every time you ask them, is everything okay? They're like, yeah, everything's fine. But there's something that maybe in the past. Maybe they were not proud of. Maybe they were a little bit ashamed of even. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. It could be in a general way, like they did not have a space of respect even. They did not need to respect certain boundaries and certain connections, or they did not need to respect certain, I don't know what that means, but they did not need to respect certain dynamics. Like maybe growing up, like they, for example, like maybe they were very kind of argumentative and they never had to say sorry, for example. Or like, for example, maybe they were like really mean to their sisters growing up or something like this. Or really like, they were not expected to like kind of have a boundary with that energy. I don't know. Maybe it's culturally. I am hearing maybe they kind of even have moments where they say certain things that are a little bit like maybe homophobic even. Strength here coming through upright. Ace of Wands in reverse. And not Ace of Wands upright though as well. Nine. Yeah, there's something going on here, and maybe in the family in the early childhood. that they're not comfortable with the Nine of Pentacles and the Strength card. Their association with the feminine energy is something that's very challenging to have a conversation about. Temperance and the Six of Wands, maybe there's something here that they feel they need to kind of like heal or have balance with to be able to be compassionate even in this experience. Let's clear. Like, I feel this person doesn't want to hurt you, but they're just not ready maybe to have certain experiences even. And I feel this is something that is like way before you. This is from childhood with the Nine of Pentacles, yeah. And Temperance, like maybe they're even a little bit like traumatized by something here. Like possibly they, you know, from a young age, like they were taught like not to be in certain relationships. And so they're just kind of like, they don't have a good association with the feminine energy. The Empress, let's see further what's up with that. Yeah, something here, okay, the way you'll know what this is that they're avoiding whatever this is. They're avoiding something. Either they don't talk about it or they're actually like, they're avoiding a place or something like that with the Magician, the Page of Cups, or something like they don't, for example, I don't want to look at like women or something like that, or I don't want to talk about like, you know, women or pregnancy or children or something like this, you know. Possibly there's something here that they're not, again, I just keep hearing it, maybe they, or they're not sure if they could be maybe a positive figure in that space with you. Like they don't know if maybe they would be like a good family man, woman, however it is. They, for some, you know, maybe, let's clear the energy. King of Wands, yeah. Maybe it's a matter of confidence. They were just not brought up in a space where they, yeah, let's clear it again. They're not, they don't know if it's confidence, but I feel it's also cultural. Like they just don't know if they have what it takes to show up. But this is a lot of subconscious energy. Let's pull a Celtic Cross. Some of you, this is from the very get-go. I think like from the beginning of the connection, you can kind of tell that something was not being really like vulnerable here, broken down in a vulnerable way. We have the Hangman. Maybe they're very religious as well. Somebody who's very religious. Strength in the current state. Four Swords upright in the advice. In the environment is the Hermit. Yeah. Okay, the way I'll know is maybe they're more like independent, even more private, with the Ace of Swords leading out. In the near future is the Two of Cups upright. They're maybe going to be more like, hey, let's just have friends. Like they want to keep it light here with you. Queen of Pentacles upright in the hopes and her fears. And you lead up with the Nine of Cups. So for some of you, there's I feel like it's going to be about retraining certain experiences and harmonizing the ones that you've had. They maybe have a question when it comes to power dynamics and control, so it's just maybe something to keep in mind. So let's see further what the shadow energies are. Okay, emotional release and expression, finding maybe some sort of outlet. Maybe if you feel like somebody's not being fully vulnerable to you, maybe you want to find your outlet. South Node. So maybe not being so dependent on this individual if you feel like they're not fully ready. They're just not being receptive. They're not there for you. South Node, 3rd house. And South Node, 6th house. There could be a focus on siblings, the upbringing, childhood home, teachings, learnings from a young age, and and even psychology. So set around relationships. Let's move into the 12-year spread. So 6 years ago and 6 years down the line. Yeah, they're very private, you guys. This person maybe when you first met them, or like certain conversations were like very hands-off kind of vibe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Certain conversations, let's clear it. Yeah, certain maybe they just don't like to get physical, for example, it is what it is. They don't like to show their physical body. Maybe they are a bit of self-conscious, for example. And this is just, you know, what someone may be going through. There's no judgment, right? Obviously, this is spirit just kind of bringing energies to the fore in terms of what is actually at play, possibly. Possibly, of course, remember, it's a general video, so always take it as you will and keep it open mind with how it may or may not resonate right now. Okay. Yeah. I feel like when you met this person, like, their character hasn't really changed. If anything, there's this fear of, like, stagnancy. Like, I see you questioning, like, why, what is going on? Like, why are they not changing? They're not really showing up. They're not really telling me how they feel. I feel like something's off. This is what I'm hearing. In the current state of the Queen of Cups, I feel like you're starting to say to yourself, hey, this is not me. Then we lead into the High Priestess. Clear it. Maybe this person is very talented at something and you want to show that you're, like, there for them. You feel like they're not really showing up. They're not really there in their own life, maybe even for themselves. And I think you're going to not put pressure on yourself to kind of make it something. Six of Wands. Up top, the High Priestess. Three of Cups up top, the Page of Pentacles. Oh. I feel like this person has to find themselves and then come through to you with what it is that they're feeling. So we have the Three of Cups again, the Page of Pentacles. Like, maybe they're gonna they need to kind of, like, discover, like, what their idea is in a relationship and communicate that to you. So let's get into the next energies. The Knight of Wands upright, 5th house, 5th stack. Let's get some cards on your divine counterpart. I'm hearing this person's very religious for some. They have children for another. They are well known. They could be an author, a writer, a public speaker. They're, for some of you, an athlete. For some of you, they're a physicist. For some of you, they're a mathematician. Wow, a lot coming through. They're very, they have a degree in something very specific. It's, like, super specific, though. Very unique, like, type of thing. Let's clear Knight of Swords. Maybe they're kind of, yeah, they could be an engineer. 7 of Pentacles. I'm hearing mathematics again, like, twice. 2 of Wands. They are an entrepreneur. They have a lot of projects here that they work on. They could even be a Taurus. They may have a lot of, they could possibly be a Taurus. Something about projects. Let's clear project development planning. They could be an interior designer even, or a registered nurse for some of you. For some, they're an architect or an interior designer is what I'm hearing. Let's get some of your energies here. 8 of Wands. The Hierophant, the Chariot. I get a very strong masculine energy on the right hand side. There's something that you I feel like there's a very strong, okay, let's clear it. I feel like you got a very strong masculine energy and they got a very strong feminine energy predominantly. I see a classic, like, I'm very attracted to, like, her, you know, and I feel very, like, very burly masculine type. The High Priestess at the base of the Hierophant. Some of you, I gotta be honest, maybe you are or you were married when you met this person, but they were kind of like, this person was like your dream, the High Priestess. It's like, whoa, it's like they're everything. Like, I don't want to be with anybody else. I'm hearing that song, and I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, they're fantasizing. Oh my God, you guys. This person, devil, Ace of Pentacles. This person is absolutely fantasizing. The Hermit with the High Priestess. Yeah, they want it all with you. Chariot Chiron is like they want a whole family with you. This is for some. I feel like your energy is a Hierophant, High Priestess, Hermit, Chariot. Take it as you will. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. I feel like you're very attracted to the Empress. I see the Empress Magician is more latent, laid back. Let's clear the energy away. Okay, let's get cards. If you are, I almost get even like, yeah, okay, well, it's clear. Let's move into, if you already, when you meet this person, let's clear it. I feel like opposites attract a little bit. someone maybe is very religious. Maybe I have to be honest, like maybe there's a little bit of like a forbidden love energy here. I don't know. Let's clear the energy around. Okay. If you do not yet know this person, King of Swords. For some of you, this person freaks you out a little bit, like at first. It's like something is like creepy even maybe at first. It's like maybe you're worried about something, like what are they trying to say? Like so maybe somebody here feels creepy to somebody with the King of Swords and the Seven of Cups with the Nine of Swords. Yeah, they feel maybe even a little bit like worried. Some of you maybe you're concerned if this person knows that you're interested in them or something like that. Or somebody is. Like, I feel like you would never really be able to guess if this were the situation. Or you would never really be able to guess that they were this interested based on how they show up. Let's pull on if you haven't met them yet. Or if you have met them. You have a lot of maybe arguments at times, and then it's like, yeah, you talk and then you disappear. It's like, and maybe it's that somebody's just very curious about someone. They're very like curious, but they're distant. I feel like you don't really have a lot that you talk about or that you are willing to talk about. I feel like somebody really wants someone's like attention, but they feel they're not being received. This is what I just am getting. Let's get a Celtic Cross. Let's clear the energy around. The Deep passes the Page of Wands upright. The Recent passes the Knight of Cups. The current state is, I want to actually pull from that. The Five of Cups in the current state. Seven of Cups in the energetic pathway, and the environment's the Tower. Judgment in the advice, High Priestess in the near future. Five of Pentacles in the energetic pathway. Hopes and fears is the Three of Pentacles. You lead up with the world. Somebody here feels like their love for this person is somehow wrong, possibly. There could be a religious side to this. There's something here that's a little bit like off or awkward. Somebody here where there's something on their head. I don't know. Take it as you will. Maybe they feel like it's disrespectful to like have this kind of connection to this person. Maybe somebody here is in a taboo field with the High Priestess. Somebody really wants to call this out, but they feel that it would not be appropriate for like the people in the environment or something like this. I feel like currently, like the connection is not being spoken of, but there's a lot of like pressure there with that, and I get the sensation that there's a lot of trouble that comes along with this, because there's a lot of potential, but then you're not really acting on it. You're not saying it, and it is what it is. Maybe there's more of like a silent, yeah, somebody feels like, I wish I said that, I wish I said this, the exact same cards coming through. Knight of Swords, the Hermit, the Page of Cups. It's like somebody's wondering, they just don't know like if it will ever be with them. Some of you, somebody wants to repair a connection, a friendship. Well, let's clear the energy. Somebody wants to repair a connection from the past. It's not really maybe appropriate. This is what somebody feels. Let's move into the 12-year spread. Somebody's maybe timing something. They want to time the reunion with this person. I'm hearing lotus, love. Just coming through. Okay. Something about a flower, lotus, flower. Let's clear the energy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of like, oh, gonna be honest, like a disturbing energy a little bit. Like maybe somebody knows that somebody's not interested in them and they're like still kind of like like casting weird energy around that person, and I think that's kind of inappropriate. Maybe they know that this is kind of like not wanted. The King of Pentacles coming through, the Seven of Cups again, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, for some of you, like, the connection right now, or there's an aspect of this connection that is a little bit, like, off. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit disturbing, like, or somebody feels like there's something going on that they're not talking about, like, maybe they're even looking at this person's pictures, but they're not, like, showing up like that. They're acting like, yeah, this is really a little bit weird, this energy. The Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the King of Swords, the Page of Wands. Like, there's a lot of, like, indirect, like, it's weird. Like, they, like, are thinking about them maybe at weird times of the night. This person, like, picks up on it. It's, like, a lot of weird energy. Yeah, I'm itching my nose right there. The Moon, the King of Swords, Page of Swords, Page. It's, like, somebody is not receptive, and they know that. And it's, like, why are you not, like, responding? It's, like, well, I wonder why. This is for some. Let's get a 12-year spread. The deep past is the Three of Pentacles. There's a weird experience here maybe that you shared with someone, and like after that I feel like you lost kind of like trust in this connection, and somebody started to get kind of more distant, more cold. Somebody kind of lost, like, maybe they don't have control of their libido kind of vibe. Okay, well, this is not appropriate. Like, and yeah. I don't care who says what, like, if somebody they're not able to, like, control their libido with you, then we're talking in terms of, like, maybe even voice something like, I don't like that behavior, and they're still kind of, like, showing up with some kind of vibe here. This is not appropriate. So this is the same advice given to, I think it was stack 4, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, like, yeah, if somebody is not respecting what you kind of like clearly also deserve, and you shouldn't really have to ask for that, then that's a no-go. And you really should kind of just be like, hey, I'm not resonating with this, and that's my standard. And if you cannot show up with that, then I'm not going to interact at all. Like, if you cannot respect this, then I can't interact with you. Yeah, I'm so sorry. This person has a massive ego, and they're not really healthy. I'm sorry to say. They have something going on psychologically that's truly, it's a little bit, it's something that does not change, and it hasn't changed, and maybe you keep trying to, like, change the pace here with this person, with this vibe, but it's like they keep coming back to the same vibe with you. It's like, it's very superficial. No, I'm so sorry. This is an absolute no. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know how to say this, but the Devil in the center of the spread, this is not going to work. Like, this frequency vibration right now, that, and maybe it's that, hey, you know, maybe in the next lifetime, because this is just not appropriate. Let's move into the next 6 years. We'll see. Let's clear it. No, Okay. For some of you, this person is not willing to be out in the open with something here, and that's part of the issue. It's like, well, okay, for some of you, maybe they are already even married and they won't come out and say something openly, clearly to you. So this is a huge issue, and I see you not, even if it's like, there's some kind of weird concealment of energy. It's like the energy is there. It's ongoing. It's like either we're going to call it out, or I'm not going to be playing around with some kind of like fake storyline. I hear that as well. But yeah, surrounding love, like some of you, you're going to have to really, they're not, no. So, okay, there may be different scenarios when it comes to this energy. Somebody maybe wants to keep you as like a secret. It's like, this is disturbing. I feel like you don't even want anything to do with that, period. Not even a friendship. This is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because this is too toxic. Like, so you're going to have to cut this off. This is what I'm hearing, as maybe you feel it, maybe they see it, you realize it. And there are, honestly, I feel there's a little bit of a delusion energy with the King of Cups. Love and light, but there is. And the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, sandwiched with the Three of Swords, this is a little bit delusional here. It is, because, and they're going to have to really, maybe, I don't know, in like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 years, there's going to be something here that just kind of, they're going to have to just, let's clear it. They may start losing their friends even, or there's something here they're going to start wondering, like, why nobody wants to like hang out with me. It's like, because there's a weird vibration here going on of like lying. Okay. Yeah. Let's clear the energy and ground. No. This is reminding me of the Pisces readings that were for the last. Anyways, Okay. Let's get some shadow energies here. Advice here from Spirit. Okay. Past life regression work might be helpful here. South Node, 12th house, nature. So kind of like discharging the energy. If you did have an interaction with this person and it was kind of toxic, like where can you sort of find a space where you can discharge that experience? Because let's clear it. This is maybe even happening on astral, and again, I'm hearing it's not healthy. So this absolutely needs to be like cleared, and it needs to be really reinforced with the values that you do hold. So for some of you, I feel it's the best, honestly, that can be done right now. If this is not resonating, maybe watch another reading. I'm hearing tennis. There's something here that maybe somebody was even into, and it just, you realize that you have to be very tough with this. And it is really reminding me of that stack with the Queen of Pentacles again, because it's like, maybe, okay, there is like some side to this connection that's very like exciting or positive, but there's a side to it that's not appropriate. I hear that. Or it's just not, let's clear it. I'm hearing forgiveness. It's, let's clear the sacral chakra. It's not, prioritizing. It's not really passionate. So let's clear it. Take it as you will. We'll get into the sixth stack here. Any other quick notes? Yeah, I feel like you have to label things as well in this scenario and just say, hey, like, this is what this is, and I don't really want to entertain that. So I think that it's kind of clear, and you putting that sort of statement out there like that, like where you say, okay, like this is kind of, yeah, no, I'm not negotiating that, and not, yeah, let's clear it. This is not appropriate. I heard again. Okay, so you just kind of maybe have to block. They want to be very controlling. It's disgusting. Like, I'm sorry, you want to just absolutely like clear that energy. This is what I'm hearing. So it's, yeah. Okay, the Four of Cups upright coming through in the next stack. Sixth stack. Let's clear the energy around. Who's your divine counterpart? And for the last stack, there could be a focus on maybe, reconciling in a next lifetime, because depending on what has happened and what has gone down here, the extent to which, it's the energy, like, so it has to be shown. Okay, the transformation. The Magician, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Swords, like, to what extent and level the transformation, we're still on, stack 5. The extent in the level to which somebody has transformed will need to be seen. And okay. So Magician, Knight of Wands, Four of Swords, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Devil. Some of you here, this person works for an international agency, something foreign with the Devil and the Magician. They may be a hiring manager. You have the Three of Cups as well. They may work with a number of individuals. They work in a library for some with the Four of Swords, the Chariot, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Wands. They maybe are a curator. Maybe they have like different artwork pieces. Yeah. For some of you, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Cups. They're very, I'm hearing nice. Maybe they have like, how do we say it? Let's put it into ground. They have a certain demeanor. Like, I feel like people look at them and they're like, wow, this person's like very attractive and very kind. I'm hearing that as well. Attractive, okay, with the Devil. Like, maybe they're dressed very like snazzily kind of vibe. It can be. Devil with the Magician. I see somebody here who works with international things. They maybe work with a lot of different types of people. Maybe you admire this person, you're very curious about them, but then like at the same time there are aspect of the connection that make you like kind of question, like, I feel like this thought has run by your mind a few times, like whether or not they're opportunistic. Maybe they work in finance for some of you. Yeah, I feel like maybe at times they invite you to places. And you're like, it's kind of endearing. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, he invited me here, or they invited me here. But it's like, there's still this moment of like, we're wondering if it's like more on the surface. They may be, yeah, like you're wondering. I see you really wondering. The sun, the devil, just it's like, why are they inviting me here? Like, what's the point of this, that, you know? Like, what do they want out of this kind of vibe? I feel like you have to question that every now and then. Let's get into your cards. There could be a so-called disparity with finances. Like, maybe you're very different. You come from a very different socioeconomic background here than this person, or something socially. Some of you, maybe you have a connection, but I feel like you respect this person a lot, or you see them in their life and you're wondering, like, you really question, like, am I cut out for them? Like, could we actually have something together? I feel like there's a lot of dreaming, like, whether or not the relationship could actually happen, like, could actually be. For whatever reason, I see someone, like, kind of doubting it for some reason. Someone's questioning whether or not, like, somebody sees them as, like, the ultimate, you know, the archetype. We see that with the High Priestess knighting the Queen of Pentacles. It could be, like, even cultural, like, their background. It's like, I don't know, like, if she would see me like that, if he would see me like that. I'm getting that you have a very strong feminine energy here, though, if you're watching this deck. The Hierophant here, Diagonal of the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant's mirror and the High Priestess, at the base of Judgment. There is a move that would need to be made to be able to unite with this person. This is what I'm getting as well. Like, there's actually maybe physical distance. You would have to be in a very particular location, or there's something like, maybe even for some of you, there's something related to career. You might have to elope. This is what I'm hearing to be with this person. Let's get a Celtic Cross. Deep past, recent past. You might also want to watch different stacks. These can be different sort of perspectives. Take it as you want, or different people. I feel like this person is very witty, or they have a strong mind, and it makes you question, like, if they're honest, or their intention is emotionally intact. If they're truly integrating their heart with what they're telling you, kind of vibe, you know? It's clear. It's like, are they just charming, or like, do they really, really mean that? So for some, possibly. Yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of, like, you go to a lot of events together. It's like, yeah. There's a strong friendship here, but I see you questioning again, like, why? It's like, what is the discussion we're having even? Maybe it's like this classic, like, you're sitting at dinner, like, you're practically like a couple, but you're friends, and you're like talking about things, but you're questioning if someone's trying to even make a move on you at a certain point. Let's move into the energies when you, let's do a 12-year reading. Seven of Swords. Maybe you heard about this person's past and you're like, okay. Maybe you started out as friends. It's like, are they going to do that to me kind of vibe? Oh my. Okay, let's continue. Love and light. No judgment, of course. Let's see what's what. Maybe, like, they tell you about, like, their past. It's a classic, like, maybe you started out as friends and you saw them, like, when their guard was down, and it's like they're telling you things, and then it's like, oh my goodness. So you're a little bit, maybe it's in terms of, like, the relationship. You're questioning, like, would I want to be in a relationship with this person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I feel like you guys had a strong, like, platonic energy. Next 6 years, High Priestess. If you did meet this person already, that is. But it may start out as strongly platonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that somebody here is like really focused on their work. Like they maybe want to have a very strong professional connection here. They don't want to run the risk of like, maybe they feel it's risky to fall in love with you, or vice versa. That they feel it's risky to fall in love with you. This is what I'm getting. I feel like somebody here feels like you're a heartbreaker type. I'm just getting that Knight of Wands, High Priestess, but like there could be something here that comes full circle with the World in about 2 years. Some of you might move on to someone else here in about 4 years, depending on when you're watching this. You may come back around the mountain in about 6 years. I know that sounds like crazy, but for some of you, maybe like, I don't know, maybe you decided to part ways in about 2 years. Let's clear it. I'm seeing like an earpiece, you know, singers on a stage. You decide to like kind of, maybe it just never got to any point. It's like, I feel that this cycle, something closes. Then you regenerate in about 2 years. Maybe you come back together, or there's something here that you're starting, and then you meet maybe again for matters of career in about like 6 years. This is possibly for some. With the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you have a very strong friendship, but I feel this is a relationship that will take a lot of time. Like if you do sort of have a very strong physical experience, like it may take time. Let's get further though. You might want to check out multiple stacks. It may not be your message. Always take it as you will. But yeah, I feel like there's a strong sort of like foundation of the connection, even financially. And this going to be with your career or something physical. Let's clear it. Let's see here if you have not met them yet. I feel like they are not ready for a relationship, but they're not really telling you that openly. I feel like it's more something that it's like you're even like your therapist or something, or like you're talking to them. Yeah, we have the 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Let's clear it. We have the 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Queen of Swords. Like, you know that maybe they're not in a certain state of mind, but they're not telling you that openly. I feel like you don't want to really get into the conversation with them. If you are already in a connection with them, what are further clues? Yeah, I feel like you're continuing the connection in a very subtle way. Like you also don't want to trigger them. It's like, I don't want to like think about these bigger questions, maybe of children, for example, for some. There is something here that you feel you want to talk about, but it's almost like you fear like pushing the envelope a little bit too much. Maybe you're worried that this person is going to kind of get freaked out or like run away or like, I see that some of you I don't see you really wanting to be the one to like come out and be like, hey, you know, but you honestly might sort of step away from the connection, and maybe you guys end up working together or something like this down the line, or there's something that let's clear it. You figure out even financially down the line, or you like focus on, and then you know those moments where it's like, well, I'm not focused on the relationship, and then I focus on my career, and then it kind of came around. It's reminding me of the Queen of Pentacles stack, so could be some clues there. Let's get into the shadow energies. Actually, I feel guided to move into the 7th stack here. Let's get a quick read. Actually, no, 7th stack. I'm going to keep my intuition there. 7th stack. That came out real quickly. Who's your divine counterpart? Okay, well, first of all, we have the Death card, and this is Scorpio energy. On that, we have the King of Cups upright. Some of you here, somebody is a watchsmith, somebody is a sailor, or they really love things that are expensive. I hear that. Luxury. Luxury. They spend a lot on maybe their children. I hear that. I'm hearing their wives. I hear that. Oh my goodness. Their women. I hear that. Oh dear. Maybe it's like a saying. Maybe it's their children. Take it as well. The 8 of Cups. They got a lot of Scorpio. This is somebody here who they work in finance. Maybe they give a lot. They have a Queen of Wands here. They have a Queen of Wands. Okay. There's a Queen of Wands here. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. Oh my God. They have 2 8s. They have a lot of children. They may already have a lot of children, you guys. This is for some of you. They may have a lot of children. Let's clear it. Or they have an enterprise that works with children, or a philanthropic, yeah. They have a group, though. It's something they run. It could be a business. They work with children. I'm hearing Alcoholics Anonymous as well. Maybe it's some sort of program. Let's pull some more cards here. They travel a lot, this for some of you. I see someone sailing the world with the King of Cups. They are an investor for some of you. I feel like they have something here. Yeah, they definitely, they have sailboats or something like this with the Nine of Cups. So if you don't already know this person, then they may not be yet here in your reality or something of this nature. Correct. Let's pull on your energy. I feel like when you met this person, something kind of like struck you as different about them, like kind of different, or yeah, different, like odd, maybe. Let's clear the energy in the sacral chakra. You felt maybe, let's clear it again down the back. You felt they were kind of like interesting or different. Maybe you thought they were actually taken. I'm hearing, I thought you were in a relationship. I'm hearing no way. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing they're single. But there's something confusing here with the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. Like you thought maybe they were taken or something. I don't know. You have Temperance. Yeah, when you met this person, I feel like you were just trying to, let's clear the energy. You're trying to temper it. You didn't want to like immediately assume that, yeah, it's reminding me a little bit of the first stack. I feel like you're looking at this person, you're looking on at this person in their life. It's like maybe you work for the business they run. It's like you're trying to just kind of be like in the background a little bit. Like maybe you thought it's super taboo to call something out here. Like I feel like there's some news in relation to this person that will shock you, like, oh my gosh, like I thought that he was married or they're married or whatever, or I thought that was their child. It's like, no, maybe there's something confusing here. Like maybe when you first meet them, you see them with like their wife or something like that. You thought it was their wife or something like that, or maybe it's their mother. I don't know, there's something confusing going on there. Like maybe it's even their daughter or their child, or yeah. Their daughter or their child, take it as you will. Something's confusing. Maybe you met this person, there were too many like questions, like why are they presenting themselves like this or that? Maybe they have like a different surname. I don't know, something is going on there. But for some, there can even be like a friend that introduces you to, or there's something surprising again. It's like you didn't think that this was that person. That's just, you didn't think maybe that, what? It's like strange. I see somebody setting you up on almost even like a blind date, and they end up setting you up with this person. It's like, but I thought like they were taken. It's like maybe you even were just under the impression that they were. So let's get further. It's clear. It could be vice versa. Maybe they thought you were taken, like, for certain, you know? I see somebody eating in a cafeteria, and somebody walks up to them. It's like, you guys are eating the same thing. There's a lot of heat. I hear that, passion. Let's do here a 12-year spread. Okay, you had a vision of this person in the deep past. Hangman, Judgment, Page of Wands. They're actually a spitting image of like your perfect type. This is what I'm hearing. I feel like when you saw this person, you were just like super shocked. You thought it was too good to be true. Like, I thought they were for sure taken. This is what I'm hearing. Or it's like, oh my gosh, they're like single, something like this. Queen of Pentacles in the current state. the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Pentacles, the Lovers, Seven of Cups. This person maybe freaks you out at times, or somebody freaks somebody out. Apply it to your situation. It's like they're very maybe open-minded, and that scares this person. It's like, I don't think they tell them that though necessarily. Like, they won't come out and, like, you know, tell them, like, it freaks me out that, you know. Maybe somebody here is, they're very independent, very entrepreneurial. There's something kind of striking about even their appearance that freaks this person out. I think they really secretly admire them, but they don't want to even, like, interrupt them in their life, almost kind of vibe. Again, it's reminding me of that first stack a bit. They're more like a voyeur, but this person, like, they look over at them kind of vibe. Some of you met this person while you were traveling on vacation. I feel like you don't want to make a big deal out of it. This is for some of the High Priestess. I feel like for some of you, it's clear. This is the kind of connection where there's so much going on and that is not talked about. Like, that will become clear later in the future, down the line. Like, it's gonna be the type of thing where it's like, oh my God, you thought that about me the whole time? It's like, yeah, it's like something of this nature. I can see in 3 years there's gonna be some kind of major breakthrough with that in terms of communication, really getting vulnerable, like, with how you really want to connect to this person or how you've seen them in the past. Yeah, I feel like there could even be, like, oftentimes misunderstandings in this connection. And that's going to be resolved, I feel, more down the line with the Ten of Pentacles in about 5 years with the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Ace of Swords, wow. So somebody I feel it's going to be dramatic. Like, until that point, it might be kind of, like, annoying or confusing. It's like you feel maybe, like, something is not quite moving forward. It might be, but this is a general video. Always heed your intuition. And interpret it in your way. Let's get a Celtic Cross. Actually, let's pull here. If you've already met this if you have not met this person yet, let's shuffle again. I feel like you will assume something when you first meet this person. Like, it'll be an absolute assumption. You may even ignore them. Let's clear it. Like, you may act indifferent, neutral. It's like, maybe it's something cultural. You have an assumption about this person due to their culture, religion. It's like, oh no. Maybe they even, like, remind you, I don't know. There's something that doesn't work with you. I hear that even. Maybe as you feel like you kind of write it off, like, oh no, I want to be compatible with them anyways, like, because of XYZ. Some of you may have gone physical with them though. But I feel like, let's clear it. You kind of, like, you tried to talk yourself out of it. This is for some. If you have met them, what are some energy here? Okay. You're very confused. Like, what exactly is the potential? For some of you, this is something of, like, a little bit of, like, an impossible energy as someone feels it. Like, they feel like, oh, I have to be something very particular for this person. I actually got that, a lot of misunderstandings. Like, I feel like you're not really openly communicating about these such things with the world and the High Priestess. Like, it's more assumption again. And I feel like that will continue. It's like you just continue to just be friends with this person because you're assuming something here. Let's clear up the High Priestess in the world. You're assuming that maybe it's not you, maybe it's them, vice versa. And this is a general video, so always, you know, take it as you will. But the High Priestess in the world, it's like Eight of Cups, Hermit, 2 8s, the last major arcana, and the first, the High Priestess. Second. Right? Technically we have the Fool, Zenith, Magician. Some of you, somebody freaks somebody out. Maybe it's even like your line of work. Wait, hold on a second. Magician. I feel somebody here is so afraid. They don't want to fall in love with this person because maybe they feel like there's something just integral to the connection that's going to challenge the relationship. Again, I'm getting that it may not actually be that way. Maybe they're making a bigger deal out of it than it really is, kind of vibe. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, they may actually be way more receptive than you think. Like, maybe they're not, like, closed-minded for some of you, or maybe it's vice versa, however it is. Like, there we are. Yes. The Magician, the first. The Fool, the zenith. High Priestess shows as the second here. But we called her the first. So maybe for some of you, this is even someone's first time with somebody. And it's like, you guys, like, it felt too good to be true, maybe. This is possible. It felt like, let's clear it. Maybe someone, this is the first time they felt this way about someone. They felt like something was almost impossible. Like, I feel like you may just, like, keep a serious demeanor around this person rather than a playful one. Like, I feel like if you end up talking to this person, it's like, how are you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. You know, something like that. Let's get here at Celtic Cross. I feel like down the line you may say, like, hey, you know, I wanted to tell you this, like, all those years kind of vibe, like, the whole time, like, you know, something like that. The past, King of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody was definitely judging somebody based on maybe their culture, where they come from, kind of vibe. It may be a real misunderstanding. Let's clear it. It may be a real misunderstanding, you guys. Like, in the sense of saying, like, it may be really, like, you know, those classic moments in the movies. It's like, oh, they saw that, but they didn't see the scene before that. They didn't see the scene after. It's like classic, like, oh, I thought you were dating somebody. I thought you were with someone. It's like, Some of you here, though, you know, there might be this levels and stages to how it is that you really kind of, maybe you have to go through certain experiences where you're, like, having trouble. Let's clear it. You have to go through certain experiences, maybe even where, like, you leave the connection fully, and then you're like, wait, why do I keep thinking about this person? And that might be the point at which you sort of finally decide, hey, like, I want to present this, like, openly. What's going on, you know? What is this? The South Node 12th house. Nature. South Node. South Node 3rd house. South Node 4th house. Emotional release expression. For some of you, there's one more here actually I want to go through. Wait. For some of you, I'm thinking of the anchor again, you know, like the anchor on the ship, kind of a star. The 4 of Cups just popped right off of this, and I'm looking at the star there. Something about water here. Something about maybe a cruise even, like something about water. Some of you here, you, again, like, assume that maybe somebody didn't want to, like, experience something even with you, or you assume that somebody wasn't on the same page here with you, or that somebody wasn't receptive to you. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of, like, subconscious energy going on, though, with the Page of Cups and the Star. Like, maybe somebody stepped away due to fear. Like, no. Like, again, I see a body of water here. Maybe somebody here was even going to offer something, and then they decided, oh, you know what? Like, they're not interested. This is what I'm hearing. For some, let's play it around. There could be, yeah, there's a lot of, like, needing to, like, find ways to creatively express oneself. And maybe there are some, you know, projects that there are some, okay, like, some priorities that need to be set. Like, maybe, you know, it's like, oh, well, either they come and say this first or they don't, and then that means this or that. Like, maybe that needs to change. Maybe you realize, hey, like, not being with this person is so uncomfortable for me that it causes me to sort of really dig deep there and say, what do I really want? You know, is it that I want something that's going to be expected? Like, I feel, let me make this so clear. Like, I feel some of you had such a strong connection to somebody, but you didn't even, like, tell them. It's something like that. It's something like this, possibly, but always doesn't have to resonate. might want to check out another stack. But I really get that. It's like they assume that this person was not available. They're like, oh yeah, no, they're obviously like in a relationship, and they just left. They didn't even like talk about it, I feel. And then I feel like the issue here is when they turn around from that and then they're like, oh my gosh, and they feel like something maybe is wrong or off, or like there's a misunderstanding. It's like they realize, like, yeah, it's that moment when you assume something and then you, in your heart, you feel like something isn't true. Like, maybe it's not that way, maybe, you know? And so you keep thinking about it, possibly. This is a general video, though, so always take it as you will. Yeah, I feel you're having, like, you're having a lot of tension here with whatever this is. Like, let's clear it. Something intuitive, like, you feel very connected to this person. So maybe you're like, well, my mind tells me this, but, like, my heart tells me this, so... take it as you will. See you in the next readings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always, it's a matter of your personal perspective, your intuition, and we have the Magician in the theme. There could be a focus here on some of you, there's a focus on the past family. You have to maybe go back to matters of childhood first, heal that, to be able to really be able to even identify like what it is that you want in this connection and to call it out. It can be for some. To even consider it. Like a viable option, like, you know, because you have the Magician and the Queen of Wands sandwiching the King of Swords with the Moon. It's like someone is not seeing the possibility here, maybe because of something that is like a core wound. And we did have the South Node 4th house come through, which is all about the icy childhood past. And we do have the Moon here, which is the ruler of the 4th house. This is Scorpio though, but take it as you will. We do have Cancer, Chariot in the theme. So there's something somebody's seeing lack in. And I think until they really identify, like, well, why was I seeing this like that? Having a way to, express, like, that's going to really be a focus. And I think that there is something here going on that is more about the past, relationships even. Yeah, the High Priestess. Like, it's almost one of those moments where, like, we're understanding, like, you have to look at what you fear, maybe even. You don't have to. This is just what's coming up. Your guides are bringing this forward, bringing this up as a focus, as a question for you, maybe that you want to pose to yourself to find healing more so in the space to be able to openly engage with this connection. With the High Priestess and the King of Swords, it's like maybe there's something about this connection that's mysterious or alluring, but it's like what makes you fear it and not want to address it rather than observe it more closely and like to question it further. And so maybe somebody here was avoiding even having like any kind of conversation about whatever this is. Maybe there is a physical side here, a fear of rejection. Maybe for some of you here, someone is very intimidating to somebody. Maybe for some of you here, somebody is not sure how to merge the emotional side of the story with the physical side of the story. So they kind of maybe just avoided the situation altogether. There could be a question here of trust and faith with the Magician and the Eight of Wands as well. Yeah. Empress on the Magician, the Emperor with the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Cups on the Eight of Wands. For some of you, somebody here feels like someone is a little bit of a threat to what it is that they've already proven to themselves in a way, like their past, the lineage, their history. There's something that they would need to kind of reprogram to be able to entertain this relationship, this connection. For some of you, with the Empress as well, there's a question of maybe they even kind of are... Somebody is not sure how to read somebody. They're not sure how to read whether or not, well, how do we say? There is a question in love language with the Eight of Wands and the High Priestess. Maybe someone is wondering, like, maybe they think somebody is just not being honest, or that it's reminding me a smidgen of the second stack. Two of Pentacles landing on the High Priestess there, Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups on the Eight of Wands. Somebody's wondering if somebody's just like into their work, if they're truly like really into this person. So this has to do with confidence, even self-talk. It's like, well, okay, step one is like, even if we do have that thought, why would we like not talk about it, right? Like, for example, possibly. And there's always a reason for everything. But yeah, I feel like someone just kind of maybe got frozen. They froze up when somebody asked maybe a very particular question. And then from there on, it was like the connection kind of like just dissipated. So for somebody feels like they're not sure if they would be able to please somebody. This is as well, the High Priestess knighting the Eight of Wands. Like, they're trying to imagine, like, what kind of person you'd be into, like, what kind of guy you'd be into. I'm seeing the High Priestess knighting the Eight of Wands. Maybe they're intimidated even by your family, by your past, maybe by your past lovers. Maybe they assume that someone here is not impressed by them. Oh, this is not, yeah, no. But they have to move through that. They have to, it's a matter of perspective. So it's a matter of it's not what it is, it's how you talk about it, communicate about it, and how you perceive it, and how you communicate about perception, because otherwise everything is just going to be how you've seen it, right? Because there is always a programmed energy at play in some way, right? So if you want to change reality with this person, then it's a matter of re-engaging how you perceive, and kind of, well, it's a matter of how you reinvite the conversation around what you've been perceiving with this person. I'm hearing that, I don't know, this sounds a little bit abstract maybe, but for some of you, it's like you realize that there's more to talk about, or you realize that you're not getting to the core of it. You realize that there's something that is really a potential point, but you have to be vulnerable. It's like you both have to be vulnerable to talk about that. And I feel like for some of you, it's more kind of competitive, or even kind of, yeah, at times. And it's like you question, they question. If we cannot really even make eye contact at times, if we cannot hold the contact, you know, if like 1 minute it's like you're so afraid, like, what if I'm moving on, or what if I'm moving in that direction, or what if I don't, you know, or I don't have the same thing in mind that you have in mind, then we're losing momentum. I see that with the Eight of Wands. So I see it's a matter of like, not just like the connection, but the momentum of what you create with that. I see something it's kind of like pointed at, but it's not looked at. I see that with the Eight of Wands, like it's not alluded to. It feels very abstract with the Eight of Wands. Like, sure, you know, if somebody were to ask you, how do you feel about this person? It's like, oh, sure, you know, I'm attracted, but it's like, we're not giving the full attention here to the connection in the way that we do really feel it. So I think it's a matter of the dialogue. It's a matter of the decisions that are made to maybe prioritize, to give attention to communication. I feel somebody here is worried that they may be rejected. This is truly for some of you with the High Priestess knighting the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Queen of Cups knighting the Page of Cups. They feel maybe immature every time they want to come through to you. They feel very nervous, and like they really do think of your past. This is for some of you. They're looking at your past lovers. This is for some. Big time they are. The Six of Swords landing on the Page of Cups. They don't know if it's like, let's clear it. I feel like they're really worried about reputation here. And they do respect you, so they don't want to run the risk of ruining maybe the friendship. So, but something's got to rock the boat. Otherwise, it's going to just be Eight of Wands, and before we know it, it'll be the 9th, the 10th, and who's going to be the knight? Who's going to be the page? Who's going to be the king, the queen of wands, right, with you? I mean, there's a point where we have to say, I can't be in a random relationship where I don't know who I am, and I don't know who you are, and we're kind of going in circles, and it's random. Let's clear it. Possibly. Love and light. Nothing is random, but that's maybe what someone's saying. Somebody wants to know who they are to you. Somebody wants to know who you are to them. For some of you, it's about the potential at least talk about it with Ace of Swords. So thank you for tuning in. Any other notes here? Yeah. There is something here in the past that somebody is maybe even returning to, and they need to confront this in a vulnerable way themselves to say, do I really resonate with this? Possibly they made a promise to somebody here at a certain point in time, or it could be a past life energy even, where it's like even ancestral energies, right? Like where they're programmed to feel like I have to do this, I have to do that in this way and that way. They have to get to the point where they realize that that's not their reality, and that might be a frustrating storyline, but then it will reach a point where it's like, okay, they're going to want to call it out here with you, because there are things that you mean to them. Wow, you mean things to them. I hear that. You represent to them. So it's like you are associated with something here. Maybe that's why they associate you as an ideology. I feel like they're not even really looking at you as a person until later down the line. Let's clear it. Oh, this sounds like horrible, but this is not for everybody. You have to, if this is more, let's clear it. If it's not something, okay, it should confirm your intuition rather than like challenge. If it's not a clear message to you, it's not your message. Don't worry. Like, not don't worry in terms of this is bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't give you stress. it shouldn't be making you like freaked out. The Emperor and the Eight of Wands. Someone realizes that maybe they lost the opportunity or that they are about to, and that is what leads them back to open the conversation about whatever this is. But I feel like they need to experience that which they are not first. I hear that as well, where they say, okay, well, let me first play this role. And maybe it's like subconscious. They're like thinking, maybe I'll just like not have a relationship with them. I'll play it off like it's not a big deal. And then they maybe will have a realization or a point where they say, I actually, I realize that that's my creative thriving point. That's my creative, and I'm hearing throat chakra, like that's something that I'm passionate about. I want to create with. That's my currency. And it is a romantic energy. I do want to pull one card between the Emperor and the High Priestess, the Tower. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a matter of breaking down customs, rules, rituals, rhythms of the past. Ancestral karma, 150%. This is somebody here who maybe is currently in a completely different life than they will be should they be with you. Okay, so for some of you, they may associate whatever this is as a submission, as a submissive energy, as they lead out of the Emperor into the Eight of Pentacles, into the Tower, and out of the Tower into the Page of Pentacles, into the Empress, into the High Priestess. It's kind of like the same solution, different means. It's the same sort of, destination, final outcome. It's the same story, but it's a different way of telling it. And they maybe realize that they're not gonna get back to you. I almost get this feeling that this person feels like they will always be with you, they'll always have you, but not through that means of the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles. There's something that needs to be like broken down. And with the Page of Pentacles upright here, this is something that needs to be called out, actually, is what I'm getting. And when that does happen, they realize that they don't really have something to fear. This is a general video, but with the High Priestess, this could be something taboo. Is the High Priestess mirroring the Emperor? This is very much challenging. What does it mean to be successful even? Maybe they feel like being in this connection is going to challenge their independence, even in their career, financially, the Devil, the base of Page of Pentacles. But then again, I feel like there's a moment they say that actually doesn't matter, because it's the context of the love that comes first. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next videos.